Yo, oh dang, I never changed this. Yo, what's up, everyone? How y'all doing? Welcome to the first ever, the inaugural, the the premiere of the Young Podcast. Uh, I'm Maha with my boy Ronnie Crowd HP here. We got some stuff here for you today. We're gonna try something. I don't know if you say different or what, but we're gonna talk about a lot of things. Gaming, media, culture. That's everything really. There's no real, not just not a format, but there's no real, box we want to pigeonhole ourselves in. Whatever we find interesting, we're just gonna go ahead and talk about it. So, so Ronnie, you want to introduce yourself or anything? I don't know.
Yeah, sure. My name is Ronnie. You can see my Twitch is CryoHP. Go ahead and give me a follow. Um, we met randomly, and now we're here, getting ready for the podcast.
Just since you brought that up, let's talk about how we met. So, back years ago, not really, just like last
Years
year,
ago.
just like last year, playing a little game. I don't know if you heard of it, called Fortnite. Um, the people I normally played with, they stopped playing. I don't know, they stopped fucking with me.
I thought you said they sucked.
Chill. Chill. Nah, they stopped playing. So I was like, all right, how do I find people to play with? Went on Reddit, found out about the Fortnite LFG thing, and just happened by chance to go there. Boy Ronnie, apparently he was LFGing at the time. Like, hey, we'll look for one more. I was like, all right, cool. Let me hop with these people. I think there was like some XP, bonus XP or something they were doing. I think
There was like a trial or something we were trying to get through.
yeah, I don't know. But I was like, all right, let me play with these dickheads, and I'll just leave them whenever I get done with whatever I needed. Hey, man, that's life.
Hey, that's how it is.
That's life. Yeah. So I was playing. It was me, Ronnie, and our boy Logan. I thought Logan hated my guts, dog. This man, he just sounded so dry. So so sarcastic. So I was like, oh dang, he really don't fuck with me. All right, well, I really am just gonna dip after this one. So I think
that's just how Logan is to anyone he meets for the first time.
So I was like, all right, cool. Let's let's finish this. We're done here. I think I was done with whatever we were doing. I don't know. I was like, all right, guys, fun playing. Nice playing with y'all. Ron's like, wait, man, wait, hold up. Hold up. Hey, yo, join my Discord. I was like, oh, one of these dickheads, man. Join your Discord.
Wow.
I was like, and then I gotta play with Logan again. He really don't. he don't like me, though. But I was like, all right, cool, man. Yeah, I'll join your Discord. I was assuming, yeah, I'll never play with these kids again. After like a week, I'll leave the Discord. It's whatever.
I mean,
it's
that's
cool.
how it usually goes.
That's how it usually goes, right?
I usually invite people because I think they're cooler, they're good at the game, and we play a couple games afterwards. But then after a while, they just never respond.
Whoa. Which one was me? Was I cool or was I good at the game?
You were cool and good at the game.
Hey, I was both. Let's go. so so next day I get on. I hop on Fortnite, and I don't know. Did you invite me or something? I don't know.
Probably
exactly how it happened.
Yeah, it's usually me that invites people to play first, and then we just hit a game. We popped off, and we started playing duos.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I think we ended up playing with Logan again, and I was telling you because I don't know, he sounded brighter that day.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, man, I thought you hated my guts. He's like, nah, man, that's just how I am. That's just how I am. Dog.
He's like, nah, man, only on the weekends.
So it's cool. I was like, okay, cool, man. And then we just started playing, and I don't know, we kind of clicked. We popped off. We do duo squads and shit.
How like the internet has enabled friendships like this to happen. Like we've been friends for how long? For like probably a year now, right?
I don't even think a year, to be honest. Cause I don't think I started playing PC Fortnite till till September or something.
Mm-hmm.
September, October maybe. Cause I was on console playing that young 360. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I kind of knew about the internet friendships and all that. I have friends from way back when I started playing on Xbox. From
Yeah, but
like
I think it's still weird to think about like people who've never met. We just click and then
yeah,
we
I
just
know.
play constantly, and
Yeah,
but
friendship was real easy for us.
yeah,
You just, we talk shit to each other. It didn't matter, and like we just met, and we
yeah, we were already talking
we
shit.
were already talking shit. I was like, okay, man, this got kind of cool and all. And yeah, I mean, I gotta carry him and shit through all these games, but
I remember when I stole your mats like all the time. You
oh
would
yeah,
just
all the time. I'd hit a tree. Oh, that's my tree now. Like what? Let me go this other rock. Oh, nah, I want this rock too. I would go out of my way to be nowhere near this man just so I could farm in peace. He'd be like, nah, man, I gotta get a hit or two in. I don't know. You're like
I don't
that
know.
little kid that whenever
It
you
was
about
kind
it.
of it was kind of unconscious, but every time I saw you go somewhere, I guess like my unconscious was like, "Hey, we should stick together."
I gotta
Oh,
follow this
tree! Let me
guy.
get this tree.
Just happens to be the juiciest looking tree,
Yeah.
But all right, that's enough of that. That's basically the rundown, really. Or what was your like point of view? Like, I know I kind of just said my own piece. What were you thinking?
Well,
Why
my
were
point of
you in
view,
LFG?
I don't remember. It was such a long time ago. I'm pretty sure it was because Logan sucked at the time,
At
and
the
I was
time,
like,
or
I mean, it still does. Logan, no, he's gotten a lot better, but Logan was really bad at playing games at the time because I think he had just gotten his PC or he was still on Mac. But I was searching for a duo or a squad or a group of people we could play with that were like good, and I didn't have to try as hard because I sucked back then too. So I was just randomly looking for people to play with, and then one day we happened to play in a squads.
True.
And I was like, "Hey, this guy's cool. Let me invite him to my Discord." Hope I when I invite people to my Discord, I'm like, hopefully he'll keep playing.
We
But
had
I
that
know
one
that
like
majority of
little
people
kid or
are.
something with us. I remember that. There was
Yeah, I
some like
remember he joined the
squeaker.
Discord too, but like
Did he?
I don't want if he was a squeaker, probably not. But either way,
Probably had homework or some shit. But so it's just that. Just say, I need to stop having to be the one to carry. Let me get a Maha in my life.
yeah,
Help
yeah,
it.
true. That's exactly how it went down.
All right. So I think the format for the podcast, we'll start because obviously we game a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And we could talk about gaming related shit for days on end.
Mm-hmm.
So to make sure this shit goes smoothly and we actually have time to talk about everything we want to talk about, I think we'll start with like the non-gaming topics first, and then we'll slowly move down into what's it called, to like the gaming stuff. I know we got some things going on in media right now. I personally want to talk about some free agency in the NBA right now. We got like E3 recaps. I know it's been a while since E3, but hey, we might as well talk about it. And some other young things, that's for us. So we'll start with this one. A little toss up, get you guys to know a little bit more about us. Let's talk about summer, because summer right now, it's mad hot. You go outside, especially here. Dang, I'm still alright. So random thing, I changed my weather app to Celsius instead of Fortnite, or instead of Fortnite. Celsius.
Oh my god, Fortnite.
Celsius instead of Fahrenheit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still in that mode. So the past like month, I feels like maybe even longer, it's been like 31, 32 C every day, man. And I'm a big man. This shit hot, dog. And
dude, yeah, it's super hot outside. Like, my skin is prone to drying out. So like all over my face, I'll get dry marks if I don't like lotion, like put lotion everywhere at all
properly, though. But yeah, we the AC even broke like twice. Yeah, that shit was hot.
Damn.
But anyways, so when we were kids and stuff, maybe not even kids, high school, whatever. There's things we used to do during summer. There's this one memory that really sticks out to me. I used to go outside and stuff. I used to. A lot. We had the hangout, the little you might not know, I don't know, Ronnie's young, you guys don't know that. I feel like an old man in this Discord. You what, 18, 19?
I'm 19. Yeah,
19. Yeah, freshman. Well, I guess no longer freshman in college, right? Or summer now.
I'm a
sophomore. Yeah. So the electrical box is outside, the green box. I mean, you should know,
dude.
I
used to live right near one, and the gang would just meet up there.
Everyone. So, first moved to North Carolina from San Diego. Well, first moved to Raleigh, actually, after Goldsboro. Had a friend named Javon. His first person I really kind of clicked with at school and stuff. And we rode the same bus, because obviously the same neighborhood. So, we had this summer assignment for our pre-AP class, 10th grade. At least I think that's what it was. Yeah. Pre-AP English 2 or something, because there was an actual AP class for English 2. We're outside doing the work. We're like, F it, dog. You ever heard of things called chat roulette or what's the other one? Omegle? Oh, yeah. Things like that. Yeah. So if you don't know about this, it's a random, you meet people in you randomly get matched up with people that have webcams and stuff. You talk to them. Yeah, see, he already knows. So you talk to them. You gotta dodge a lot of dicks. I'm not gonna lie. We saw a copious amounts of penises that I wish I didn't see. I don't know what's with that website that everyone feels like, hey man, just gotta whip it out real quick.
Well, I feel like most people go on there with the intention of finding the opposite, but it's just.
But it's only males on that platform, really. So they're like, oh shit, I can't click. Oh shit, I click. So what we would do on it, we weren't into showing our wee-wees to the world. Obviously with another person as well. That would have been really an interesting story. But we would rap battle people. I don't know why. I do not rap. I can't rap. But it was funny. So we had beats playing. Or no, we wouldn't have a beat playing. We would just ask people as soon as we get in, the non-dick stroking people, hey, you want a rap battle? We'd be like, yeah, sure, man, let's go. So we get a beat, dog, and we just start going in. I remember this one guy, he didn't have a webcam. So the first time he came in, I don't know exactly what I said, but I killed him. He didn't have a webcam or audio. It was really weird. Why are you on the site? So he would type his rhymes. So what I did after it was my turn, I stole some of his rhymes and used it against him and added some stuff to it. And he was like, oh man, F you, man. And then he left, right? So that we're doing this for, 30 minutes, an hour, or whatever. And then we come in, boom, same guy, he's back. He's back. He's ready to go again. He's like, oh shit, here we go again. I was like, oh shit, you back? You ready for more of that? He's like, all right, let's go. And I don't remember the rhymes. This was 10th grade. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago. That's a long time. I could have just 9 years ago. Killed him again. I don't know again what I said, but I know I hurt this man's feelings. He left immediately. Didn't see him again. We made we also that summer made a really shitty music video. It's on my old YouTube account. I kind of don't want to put it out to the world, but that shit was called Nursery Rhymes, and it was garbage. But we were proud of it. We posted on Facebook. We had our own label because my friend Javon, he was really into Jay-Z having a label, Rock Nation, all that stuff. So we all had our rap names, and we had a group of people that we just rap and shit. It was real stupid stuff. We go to the pool just rapping because we all live in the same neighborhood. And my rap name was Young PB, Young Peanut Butter, dog. Young Peanut Butter, dog. And I had the flyest rhymes, not really, but I'd like to think that. But that was for the summers over there. You know, a lot of going to the pool for 20 hours until you're all pruned up, looking like you just need to get wrung out or something, and getting in trouble with the what's it called, it was like townhomes and stuff. So the property management, because that's like right next to the pool, were being too loud, apparently disturbing people. I'm like, we're at a pool during the summer. Shut up.
Exactly.
Shut up. Let us have fun. At least we're not shooting each other. Like, allow us to be cool and shit. Let's have fun at the pool. But that was really us. A lot of, you know, going outside. We played football. Had this one neighbor, Eddie. He was real cool. We were scared of him at first. Not scared. We were like, all right, man, you really trying to play with us kids. Like, relax. But he was mad cool. We'd always play football with him. He had like a wife, and I think his wife was pregnant at the time. So that was just fun, you know, community shit. I was dope. How about you? How were your summers like? What were you doing?
Man,
out there, so hot Atlanta.
Yeah, my summers were kind of similar. I mean, we would meet at the green. My house was right next to the green box, the electrical green box, and there was like a light pole right next to it. So at night we would just chill, listen to a bunch of like music, rap, and Hispanic music, and you know, I always lived in predominantly Hispanic neighborhoods. So like we would like 3 people in the neighborhood had basketball hoops, and we would just like, you know, flock to a house. I remember one time I had a basketball hoop, and we would just start playing basketball at my house like all the time. Um you know, the ice cream truck would always roll around, and man, this was like a Hispanic ice cream truck.
Hey,
so you know they hooked you up, man.
They got the good stuff.
Yeah, man. Instead of having like regular nachos, they would like get you a bag of like hot Cheetos and put nacho cheese on it. That shit was so good.
Oh, they didn't do the Toasty Locos?
Yeah, stuff like that. Is what I mean.
Okay.
They'd have like a bunch of just Hispanic treats, and it'd be awesome. We even have a neighborhood store that popped up.
Oh,
so we would just go to the store and buy like drinks and stuff, and just chill and hang out. You know, sometimes people would like have consoles. We'd just all hang out and play like GTA, San Andreas, or something.
I'm looking up the rap video we shot. I'm about to post it in chat.
Oh,
so
wow.
You guys can have fun with that one. It's really terrible. And I'm wearing glasses, like sunglasses. They do not fit my face at all. Yeah, I know.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Hold on, I gotta watch this.
I know. Growing up in San Diego, Los Angeles area.
Dude, we all had that time where we would just wear glasses and hats and like go throw out peace signs and shit. I have my friend's sister sent me a picture of us taking like a picture in front of a mirror. And I was just like, damn, that was so cringe, dude.
See how strong I am, bro? Oh my god. Like he just told me to wear the glasses. I was like, man, you know I don't look right in glasses. Do I even got an edge up, dog? Look at my hairline. Not even clean. My face is so I don't know, man.
Oh wait, it's not even like a lip sync music video.
It's just
that makes it way better.
It's like a 15-second like loop that's happening, and we had our rhymes. I think we had to record it like 2 or 3 times because like the what's it called messed up. The recording, but it was all cool. But yeah, growing up San Diego, Los Angeles area, we always had that Hispanic population with us, and it was always chill. Like you said, the ice cream truck, we had the guy with the cart. He'd always come by, and with the bell, it was mad annoying. Ding, 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 ding. Just going out the chain with it. And he'd always come, and he was cool peeps, dog. He had like the bootleg ice popsicles and stuff, like the Tweety birds, that the gumball for the eyes, and the eye would be like all the way over here or something. And just
I know what you mean. Those things are like atrocious.
Well, I was like, it was fun. The corner store, even my soccer team, bunch of, you know, actual Mexicans. It's weird to say the word Mexican now, just because of how everything works, but they were actual Mexicans. And so We did got a lot of their culture and whatnot, and it was fun. Um,
Yeah, I know what you mean. Sometimes we would head to like soccer games and stuff, like local soccer games, and
mhm.
they would just be selling chicharrones. They would be selling esquites and like corn like
Well, they love
Mexican
the
street corn is what you guys call it.
yeah, hmm
Yeah, that shit. Oh my god.
they love the pork rinds as well. I wasn't a fan of that, but
You don't like pork rind?
I don't like
Chicha
pork
like
rinds.
fresh ones, like straight out the fryer, dude.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
that's
succulent.
I was just like, nah, it's not for me.
I haven't had fresh shit in so long, dude.
Dang. It's fun, like getting good Mexican food, dog. It's I didn't know how much I would miss it once I moved to North Carolina because I don't know if North Carolina sucks the soul out of you or
Mm-hmm.
because I went to this one place. I lived in Goldsboro, real shit town. I wouldn't live. I shouldn't say that, but I mean it's cool
Mm-hmm.
people there. I love the people, but the town itself, it was like you gotta understand. Coming from San Diego, California, where I look over the hills, I see the beach just over there, the bay, um, suburban area, and life just seems happy over there. To move to Goldsboro, where I don't know, it felt like everyone looked sad and the place itself's kind of run down. The school I went to, dog, like that was the school they sent black people during like segregation and all that. So it was like a rundown
Yeah.
shithole school. It was so like just that difference was bad, but I don't know. But there was this one restaurant ran by trying to think if they were Puerto Rican or I think they were Dominican by some Dominicans. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, we about to get some good food. Finally, I've been looking for some good Mexican food. I'm tired of going to on is it on the border or whatever, that like chain
Mm-hmm.
restaurant. Tired of being there.
Mm-hmm.
And we go and I eat there and it's just this is disgusting, man. Like I know y'all don't serve this at home. I know y'all saving
Yeah.
the good shit for at home for your kid. Your kids don't eat here. I know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let's go. Let's move on a little bit. Let's pivot just a
Mm-hmm.
little bit. Talking about, I mean, obviously we're not your majority looking American here, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're I'm Nigerian. You're Mexican, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mexican.
Mexican. So again, like I told you, saying Mexican, I was like, oh god.
Yeah, yeah, I get it because it's like a stereotype, like a
Yeah.
blanket term for all
Mm-hmm.
Hispanics.
So I'm like, ah, shit. Let me not misrepresent you.
Yeah.
Um, story for another day. But
Mm-hmm.
we grew up different, right? I mean, it could possibly be the same. We don't really know. We don't know. We know, and we know
Mm-hmm.
when people talk to us saying, "Oh, did you do this, and that this week?" And like, no, my mom don't play that.
That's true. That's
My
true.
mom don't. You said what now? You got to go outside whenever you. No, dog. I gotta. This
Yeah,
and
my
that.
mom was a really strict person, man. Man,
Oh,
I didn't have any sleepovers when I was young.
right,
No friends could come in the house.
right.
If I went in people's houses, I had to tell my mom
Yup.
beforehand. Like,
Yep. She all right. This was my
I
mom.
had to be back before dark.
She
All
used
that stuff.
to work child protective services, so that's
Mm-hmm.
like the people you call when the house is being run properly. They're putting their kids in danger. My mom going to those homes, take the kids out, bring them to safety, put them. But unfortunately, they have to go to group homes, which is another whole mess. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but due to that line of work and also who she is, I was not allowed to go anywhere, dog. Um,
Mm-hmm.
if I wanted to go to a
Yeah,
friend's
that makes a lot
house,
of sense.
luckily I was already like a good kind of I could judge people's characters well. So like I
Mm-hmm.
knew like all right, I could bring this person to my mom, and there's a chance, small chance, but
Mm-hmm.
a chance itself that I could go to someone's house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go to my mom, hey mom, I want to go to Eric's house. Is that cool? Eric, who's Eric? Oh, he's this boy at the YMCA after school program. I'm always hanging out with that little kid. I'm like, yeah, mom, him. He's cool. Can I go over? What's his mom do? I don't know. What's his father do? Oh, I don't know. All right, well, you need to go figure that out. I need to get the mother's number. I need to call the mom and talk to her And so going back to school, Eric, what does your dad do for work? Like the weirdest questions. What's your mom do?
Your notepad out the
If
movie
I
interview.
yeah. Also, can I have your mom's phone number? My mom needs to call her. So it was like a real awkward thing of like trying to get their background information just so my mom can then make a decision like, I don't know. And then she'll be like, okay, you can go to their house. But she'll come with me. She'll stay over at their house for like an hour, kind of not really looking around, but like talking with the parent and all that. And I guess she's doing her own kind of scouting and like covert scouting. You know, this is going on behind the scenes. And so I'm chilling. And she'll be like, all right, son, I'll see you tomorrow morning, like 8 a.m. sharp or some shit. Like, and like she's already there till like 6, 7 at night. So like you get no time for fun because most of that time you're going to be sleeping anyways. So I'm like, okay, mom, thank you. And so then, but after like that one happens, then it like opens up some more. It's like, okay, yeah, you can go there, be there for a couple days or whatever until like I know them. I know their parents. Also, another big thing is the fact that I would, what's the word? With like Nigerians. So everyone you talk to, that's your aunt, that's your uncle, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So auntie, so and so, uncle, this and that. So you talk to them, and you've been calling them auntie, uncle your whole life. Their kids, those are your cousins, right? No blood relation whatsoever. But you start getting older. Now you think about dating people. For damn sure I ain't dating them. Like that's my cousin, right? I call your mom auntie. Like, it's weird because
I have a couple cousins like that, and like I thought about that once actually. I was like, that would be really weird.
Yeah.
It's like they're not blood related, but it's still weird.
It's still weird for me because like you talk to them, you're like, okay, all right, auntie, and then you go in the back, smash your daughter. It's like, wait a second,
Yeah, that's like
So and it's not even like select few. If they're Nigerian in general, it's auntie, uncle. It doesn't matter if I've never seen them a day in my life. I call them, oh, excuse me, auntie. Can I have, that's how you start like everything.
Yeah, that's how it is.
It's so weird. And then they want you to like, oh no, you gotta date other Nigerians, and it's like, I can't, mom. Like,
yo,
that's my uncle's kid.
Come on, calm down. I didn't mean it like that.
Oh, that's my mom. That's my aunt, dog. Like, I can't say that. And
yeah, that'd be too weird. Yeah.
Too weird. And they don't. In general, like American culture, don't really got that issue.
I've seen some people like that think they're grown and they just refer to their aunts and uncles by their first name.
Yep.
Like I would have gotten my ass beat. My mom they would have taken turns. They would have like put respect on my name.
It's like, do you know my first job, Harris Teeter? I was calling the person that hired me, oh, Mr. Burchett. Mr. Burchett, this, that. He was like, just call me Anthony. And I looked at him. I said, call you what now? I can't. You want me to call you by your first name? My mom beat my bro so hard. And he was like relatively young. Couldn't have been over like 35, right? But then the coworkers, like, oh, my name's Linda. I'm like, Linda? You old enough to be my grandma? What do you mean? So at least once I kind of got over calling him by the first name, I was like, all right, I'll just, put a little bit of respect. I'm like, oh, okay, hey, Miss Linda, do you mind help me with this, and that? So that was something it was hard to get over. Because just calling them people by their first name was just...
Yeah, even at school, sometimes, like, I'm not going to point fingers, but there were some people that would be call teachers by their first name, and I'm like, what are you doing?
The disrespect, nah.
Yeah, I'm like, dude,
a teacher calling your aunt and uncle, by their first names, like one thing, right? At least that's family. You call a whole teacher, like, to me, to Nigerians, that's a sacred,
yeah, that's
position
they work for
that to call
and
it.
Even if you're grown and to become a rocket scientist, you're not gonna refer to them by the first name. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
still put respect on them.
Yeah, they got titles and everything. You're like, oh, Tammy. Like, what? No, that's Miss. That's
That's
Miss.
Miss Green.
Yeah. Man, you just it's I don't know. It's like those are the people, they teach the doctors, they teach your lawyers, your nurses, your everything, man. And
Mm-hmm.
to try and disrespect a teacher, that was an ass whooping. Cause I know
Yeah.
Nigeria, you allowed to put hands on kids over there. You dare call
Yeah.
a teacher of all things about it? Ooh, it's done for you. You be getting whipped from opening ceremony to
Honestly, they should bring that
closing
back.
bell.
They should bring back the paddle.
The paddle, though.
To be honest, these kids need it.
Oh, funny thing. In
Mm-hmm.
Goldsboro, we had they sent home a form, right? You know what this form
Mm-hmm.
was for? It was for corporal punishment. You could give the teachers permission to beat your kids at school. It was the
Mm-hmm.
weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life, though.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, my mom probably do this. She want my ass to get beat. She's like, oh hell no, I'll beat your ass, but she don't curse. So I'll beat you, but you dare not lay your finger on my child. Know, it was a whole thing. She's like, you tell him what he did, and I'll beat him for you, but but don't you touch him though.
Yeah, this is kind of going off topic, but like things have changed. Things have changed a lot. Like parents used to discipline their children, and they would just, it'd be a spanking. Like our parents wouldn't actually beat us, But
Yeah.
now it's like if you touch your kid, you're like instantly a bad person,
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know. But it's led to kind of like parenting becoming a lot like of offhand stuff. Like every
Yeah.
time I go to the store, I see some kid crying, and they're just sitting there, not grabbing their kid, not telling and the kid's just crying, doing whatever they want, and he's like waiting there for him to finally respond.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't understand how you think this is gonna work.
And there's some people that I don't know. They need to put hands on their kids, but they won't. But I understand the whole nah, I don't want to do that because then it just kind of forms a cycle of everyone just being violent towards each other, and they feel like they grow up to become violent. And I can understand all the theories and reasonings over it, and how it's more effective to have actual punishments explained, like, hey, this is why we're doing this and that. But
I totally believe that corporal punishment isn't the only way to train your children.
But
it's just like no punishment is what I'm talking about.
True.
People are just not doing anything to their kids.
Yeah, but saying all that, there comes a point where you've done everything to try and teach your kid right from wrong, but they don't want to learn still. Sometimes you gotta let them know why you the parent. They the child.
Like my little brother. So when my brother was born, obviously the younger kid is gonna be like, "Oh, my baby," right?
Yeah.
I was never treated like that, okay? But whatever, we'll let it slide. But my little brother was really like, pampered. So when he hit puberty, like he started. I mean, he was always an angry little kid, right? He would get angry and just stay angry for like hours. But when he hit puberty, he just got real bad. Like this man would actually like start trying to throw hands on me.
Oh.
I'd be like, "What are you doing?" And then I'd get in trouble if I threw hands back, right? I'd be like, I don't know, but my mom started like punishing him a lot more, and I mean he's gotten a lot better now. He's gotten a lot better.
I'll take it. It's sometimes you gotta lay hands on him.
Sometimes you just gotta show him who's a parent,
Yeah, just let him know. All right. So we gotta talk about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
This thing, it's been creeping up in the media every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever there's a new live action, yada yada. First, let's start. Well, not like first, but recently started with like Will Smith. He's not allowed to play the genie. No, for various reasons, not necessarily, due to skin color and all that.
Well, actually, for that, I didn't see a lot of outbursts. At least from Twitter.
Really?
But I saw a lot that people didn't like how he looked, but not because
I
of
saw a
his skin
lot
color.
of you can't. Well, so there was two things going on.
Mhm.
One, they didn't think he would fit as the genie type.
Mhm.
Um, I don't really know why, because Genie was pretty jovial, funny. I felt like that was Will Smith. But the second one, which I kind of understood, was the fact that he's taking over Robin Williams' role. That's
Mhm.
his character, and I kind of understood that. He's an iconic actor, or was,
Yeah, but that's
I
not
should
even
say.
fair. He's dead. It's not
Yeah,
like he can actually play
exactly.
the role anymore.
So I don't know. There was some hoopla about that. But like you said, there was also a lot of the just the way the character looked in the movie. But apparently he did great. People saw it, they changed their mind. Like, oh yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah, apparently he didn't. I didn't see too much outrage. What I did see outrage of was this new upcoming movie, the Little Mermaid,
Yeah.
and um I don't remember her name. I have to look up her.
Oh, it's like Hale. So I know she's part of the twins that are really good at singing. Apparently Beyonce found them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the Haley Bailey or
Hale
Barry
Bailey.
Hale.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, people don't like that. She's the gonna become the new Ariel, the new Little Mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
I actually saw. I should have saved it when I saw it. Twitter feed. People were showing that outrage of you know,
Mm-hmm.
the hatred for Little Mermaid being black. Yeah, when we
Yeah, this
saw
time
her.
it was explicitly because she was
Yeah,
playing
it was.
a black person playing a white character.
So this one, they did the whole thing, the same thing they did with Obama. They got the whole cartoon caricatures, blackface with the huge nose, the huge lips, the fucked up teeth, and all that. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's pretty blatantly racist. There's a racial sentiment going on. And, the thing that they're saying is that, Ariel was white. She had red hair. My daughter, or I got to grow up with that. And I loved it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, my daughter needs to be able to do that. First of all, have your daughter watch the old animated movie, animated film. Second of
True.
all, the Little Mermaid, there was nothing about her being white as like primary to the story. That was not key to her character. What was key to her character was the fact that she was a mermaid, wanted to know what the outside world, the non-wet world was like. I want to know what it's like to be on land. And I don't know. It's like they're like, oh well.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people commenting like, "Oh, what if we got like it was just outrageous stuff." He's like, "What if we got a white person to play Martin Luther King in the next biopic?" I'm like, "Dude, shut the hell up, man." People
It's
don't understand that. First of all, color people are very underrepresented in media. Like, there's not a lot of media. Like, just now, Black Panther's coming out. I still haven't seen a lot of Hispanic people in movie media, which I want to. Like,
true.
the Afro Latino Spider Man in Into the Spider Verse.
Yeah.
That was like a really big thing for me. I don't know. It's weird because I don't know. I'm really passionate about this topic.
And thing is like they're like, okay, and this is another one I saw that made me laugh,
Hmm.
right? They said, okay, well, what if we I don't remember her name. From the Princess and the Frog, something like that. What if we made
Hmm.
Tina or something? What if we made her white? They're like, one, the fact that you could only think of her is pretty hilarious because, black people don't get representation, especially as a Disney princess. Two, um, her being black was actually central to her character. Again, I never watched the movie, so I'm going off
And wasn't
Twitter.
she a frog for like
None,
three
or was
fourths
she
of
a
that
frog?
movie?
Yeah,
I'm
she
pretty sure
was a
she was a
frog.
frog for 3/4 of the movie.
So
So
apparently
it's
she
not like she
wasn't
even got a lot of
even
screen time.
able to get the restaurant at first that she wanted because of her color.
Mhm.
And like it's everything was central to the narrative, right?
Mhm.
Same with Mulan. Well, what if we made her white again? Mulan's heritage is central to her character. Pocahontas, same thing.
Mhm.
Like the culture, the heritage, it's all part
You
of
know.
it. Them being women, especially
Mhm.
part of the movie. Part of what makes them them. Ariel, again, we're going back to her. She was a mermaid. That's
Mhm.
all that's central to it. Is the fact that
And
she was a mermaid.
people only complain when a white character is changed, dude. I saw some Twitter people point out the fact that Princess Jasmine in Aladdin was supposed to be how do you say
Oh, I don't
Arabic?
know.
How
Oh,
do you say how do
Arabic.
you pronounce that? Arabic?
Mm-hmm.
And they had an Indian woman play the role, and no one was pissed off over that.
Yeah.
And how and speaking of how when like racial changes, there was a movie that didn't come out too long ago. It's called like Over the Wall, The Great Wall of China. The main characters in that were white when they were supposed to be Asian, and it's like I don't understand what people like. No one batted a single like eye of that. It's
Yeah, I
just when
don't.
and when Idris Elba was supposedly gonna become like um
James Bond.
James Bond, yeah. People were pissed off about that because it's like James Bond is supposed to be white. Oh, okay, first of all, like what it doesn't matter if he's white. Being white is not part of his character. You
Yeah,
know what I
what's
mean?
central
Like
to his character is that he's a
that he's a
spy.
cool, suave spy. Yeah.
Yeah, swag as shit. Like,
Mhm.
so I don't know. It's not the fact that he's a white
Mhm.
guy like that. That doesn't play into his role whatsoever.
Yeah,
Um,
I saw a lot of people also mention the fact that, like people some people said, why do you care what color the skin is? You should just be able to relate to a character because they're this." And it's like that's just how ignorant people think,
yeah.
because it's like, yeah, of course you would think that because like you're white, you see yourself in media all the time. There's no need for you to have representation, but for people that aren't shown in media as much, it's for us, it's important. Like when I saw Miles Morales out there on the big screen, I was like, damn, we finally made it.
hmm I like what Zeef was saying in the chat, especially when it comes to like cosplaying
Hmm.
characters. Exactly, like having the if you have the feature characteristics of a character. So I think what was the most recent example with that Apex one? Who's
Hmm.
the medic you used, the Haitian girl?
Lifeline.
Lifeline, right? So there was that huge thing. Like,
Hmm.
Lifeline, you see the drone, you see the bandages and all that. You're like, oh, that's Lifeline. And then where this one girl went wrong,
Hmm.
that I know was huge on Reddit, she painted herself. She did like the whole, yeah, the Russian girl did the blackface.
Hmm.
So there's like two angles to this. First, it's wrong, right? You shouldn't be
Hmm.
doing the blackface stuff like at all. That, but at the same time, I somewhat understand because that's more. I don't know exact. I'm not 100% sure, but I felt that's more of like an American thing, to where blackface was used like in a racial manner,
Hmm.
because they would paint themselves black, become a caricature of a black person,
Hmm.
and just make fun of them, think they're stupid. They'll be the jester for all the white people basically in those old movies. um so I kind of see if she doesn't get it, but I feel like it's kind of relatively well known not to do that. But
Yeah.
back to the main point, if you have the features, that's enough, right? Like if
Hmm.
all right, I got my drone, got my bandages, I got my drumsticks, your lifeline. You don't need to do any altering things to, you don't gotta paint yourself to look like the character. People already know what you're going for, and that should be enough in of itself. And I don't know, but I just like that you could dress up however you want to, as long as being respectful. Cultural appropriation, when it comes to that, that's a real slippery slope.
That's
Cause
a real slippery slope, and it's always dependent on the person,
yeah,
because like to me, like okay, so one thing I can remember was the the in Mario Odyssey, they added like a sombrero and like a poncho to the game, right?
mm-hmm.
People were like, "Oh, that's cultural appropriation and stuff." But I thought that was kind of cool. It's like Mario isn't like uh, you know, Yeah, sure, you can say he's Italian, but no one thinks that whenever you think about Mario. He's just this cool little character. And it's like I think it's cool for him to be wandering around like a Mexican inspired place,
Mm,
wearing like a cool little sombrero. It is a caricature, but I mean Mario himself is a caricature. He's like
yeah.
small little dude who jumps around.
So when it comes to like Halloween, like that, I don't know. It's weird because one hand I understand, not really understand, but people that dress up as like other cultures, I don't
Yeah,
know
that's
when it's like
that's kind of like
fine, when it's not fine. Um, I don't know. Like you wear a kimono, when is that okay? When is it ooh, I'm appreciating their culture, and once it turns to ooh, I'm just taking, and I'm appropriating it. I don't because on the outside, whenever it's like a white person that does it,
hmm
it kind of automatically becomes appropriation. That's like the
hmm
people's general thing. But like, how do you not know that this person has been studying their culture, been becoming engrossed in it? Try to learn from them, and this is like the one
well,
time they get to go out, unless it's because it's Halloween, and like let's say if it was Chinese New Year, and they were doing it, right? Well, I guess I used the
hmm
wrong holiday for. Come on, I
you
don't know.
can tell. I think you can tell by the way they execute it. If it's very stereotypical and stuff, and they're not really like not a lot of care put into it. Not a lot of um like you actually if you actually care about a culture, then you know that it's not okay for you to do at certain times. It's like Halloween is definitely a place where you dress up to have fun and stuff. It's not like a place where you like take a Native American culture or Mexican culture seriously. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, look at me, I'm a Mexican,
yeah, true.
pass me a Corona.
Sure, I get it. Um, actually, give me 1 second. Sorry, something just came up here in the house. But
Yeah, okay.
let's
Intermission time.
nah, but just so I could give you something to kind of go off of.
hmm
Uh, actually, just give me 1 second. Actually, sorry about that.
That's okay. He didn't even put the intermission on.
All right,
I think Mario's
apologize.
supposed to be Italian. I don't know though, even though it's fictional. The effort to make it authentic as possible is different. Costume and stuff is different with media. Who's lost me? Yeah. This is a two-person. I can't just talk to myself.
So I don't know. To wrap up the whole diversity thing. Well, not diversity. Well, I guess let's bring it back to our topic, right? So we can actually wrap up the whole diversity thing. There's a reason
hmm
why, you know, having these diverse casts is something that's
hmm
special. Um, growing up, we never really got to see people that look like us in the media unless
hmm
they were a stereotypical, you know, um, kind of caricature of them.
hmm
If it was for black people, they're always like a gangster or
Yep.
drug dealer or something. I don't really know what the Mexican stereotypes were for just general media, but
Hispanics in American media, it'd be
yeah.
around the same lines, gangbangers and stuff like that.
So
People
when
who
we
pass
finally
drugs.
do get to see, people in like superhero positions doing these huge blockbuster films, or
hmm
Hispanic same thing, or I know I talked to you about Coco a lot, but
hmm
seeing like your culture represented in a realistic way that doesn't make fun of it, kind of sticks true to your
Yeah, Coco
heritage.
was definitely a big thing,
Mm-hmm.
for us. Even the older generation, my mom and my aunts, they would always be like, "Wow, this is such a good movie." We would watch it. We sit down on the TV and just watch this movie.
Mm-hmm. So having that stuff in media that we get to see, that people that look like us and represent the way that we need to be portrayed, that's a real positive thing. Getting more of that's only good. There shouldn't be a negative. This should be a way for you to kind of get a dive into, you know, other cultures. You can see a different side of things. You know, so many things have been, you know, catered for you, and being able to actually open your branches a little bit, see other sides of, you know, how everyone's living, and see them kind of represent or being what's the like star roles, like that should never be a negative. Same way that, you know, if they're trying to diversify, you know, like a company or something, they're trying to hire more women, you shouldn't take that as a slight that, oh, they just don't want men no more. Like, nah, it just happens to already be a lot of men. They, you know, they need to become diverse. Having, you know, only one point of view, no matter if there's different culture stuff, like if it's only men, you're still only going to have like kind of one side to it. It's better to cast a wide net, get everything you need to know, and be able to then become more, what's it called, become more aware of certain topics, and, you know, just be able to handle different things in a different way, see a new position. So that's always good, just for diversity.
And there's a really good quote that just sums things up. Like, to people, I don't know how exactly the quote goes, but it basically is like, to people who are like, you know, like higher up in a position, like, you know, when people try to equalize things, it seems like oppression to them. I think it's just how it is. Like, um, it's just ironic because people who are like, oh, outrage culture, oh, PC culture is trying to make all these like things like black and Mexican only, and or colored people in general, right? And it's like, I mean, there was already so much white media. It's like, yeah, of course we're being catered to because people like you have been catered to all your life, you know, and we've only now just started, and it's not even that much, you know, it's just bit by bit.
Exactly. All right, a little kind of side thing for me, so I could talk about vent my feelings, because your boy is actually pissed off this morning. Not even this morning, late last night around, what was it, 1 in the morning, 12 a.m. Eastern time, we learned about Kawhi Leonard deciding to go to the Clippers. All right, so I'm a huge Lakers fan. I know you're not too much into sports, but I'm a huge Lakers fan, right? Grew up, father was fan of the Lakers, so I was watching. I mean, I was lucky to be able to watch them when they were kicking ass, so it made it really easy to be a Lakers fan. So, you know, Kobe, Shaq, you got Odom and all that. So I was, you know, I got to be there during the good times. You know, I got to watch Kobe retire, drop 60 on him. You know, I saw Kobe tear his Achilles, still drop those free throws, you know, for us. And now we've been in a bad slump for the last, what, 5-6 years, something like that. Haven't made playoffs. We got LeBron, which is dope, but he can't carry this team. So when Kawhi Leonard was like, yeah, I'm thinking about getting traded, or not traded, but I'm thinking of, you know, possibly going to the Lakers or something, I was like, cool, that's great. But then I heard rumblings that the Clippers were also an option. I was like, I don't like that. So I was like, as much as I would love for Kawhi to be on the Lakers, I was like, hey man, if you can't be on the Lakers, anywhere but the Clippers. I hate the Clippers, man. They're in our stadium, they're in our city, and they're just little yada yadas, man. They don't need to be. They don't need to be shit. They need to go to San Diego or something, man. But so we share the same stadium. We have locker rooms across the aisle of each other. And I was just like, I just don't want Kawhi here, because whenever Clippers fans start yapping, when the Lakers start doing bad, all the Clippers fans start coming out the woodworks like, hey, what's up? And they start like, yeah, this is our city now. Like, nah, shut up. It don't matter how trash the Lakers are. It'll never be your city. Okay? But I was just like, please don't go there, because they'll start coming out the woodworks again. Like, hey, I'm a Clippers fan. Like, no one's a fucking Clippers fan. So yeah, he went to the Clippers, and now I'm pissed off, but they also got Paul George. They're going to be a contending team in the West. Lakers, that matchup will actually probably be good. stupid. It sucks. I hate the
Yeah.
Clippers, and that's basically all I want to say is how much I hate the Clippers. I hope he doesn't play next year, just because he doesn't feel like it. No ill will and nothing towards him. No, I'm not wishing injury. I'm just saying, I hope he feels like just chilling next year, not playing.
I'm just saying if it happens.
Oh no. I never wish injury in sports. That's lowest of the lows.
Yeah.
People, you're black and white right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to fix this thing, but it's just getting worse.
Okay. So yeah, that's that about Kawhi. I hate the Clippers. Kawhi school peeps. So
I'm trying to fix this. It's not working.
We're back to. Why were you even touching it? It was fine.
No, it like every couple minutes it would get really white because the settings would like switch back on for some reason. I was just trying to fix
you just touching the browser.
No, it was literally like I had to fix it every 5 minutes and I was getting sick of it. So I was like, how the fuck do I fix this?
All right.
I fixed it though.
Nice. So we're going to be kind of back on we're going to have to into these gaming topics.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're here just for the quote unquote normie stuff, thank you for watching and all that stuff.
Normies out.
We're going to talk about our passion now. So I don't know, we may start saying shit that you just don't understand, but it's all right. We'll try and explain everything as best we could. So to warm us up onto this topic, right? Mm-hmm. Onto these new sets of topics, let's talk about gaming memories, right? What was your first one? What was like first console or first time you ever played a game or whatever you can remember? What can you think of?
I remember, man, my first console was a Sega Dreamcast.
A Sega
Dreamcast, dude. Way back when.
Way back.
I also had an N64 and a Game Boy. They were all hand-me-downs from my cousin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember like playing Soul Calibur like 2 or 3 or some shit like that, and just like just playing fighting games. And I started off with fighting games mostly, and like Mario 64 and Pokemon on a Game Boy. And those were my first like memories. Sometimes my friends would have PS2s, and then we would go over and they'd have like I remember they had like a Lara Croft game. And I was like,
Raider,
that shit was a lot of fun. Tomb Raider, yeah.
So for me, it's crazy. So my mom, when she came to when she came to America the first time, I think she was around 19.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what spirit was in her, but she was like, she saw like a Nintendo Entertainment System, and like the window something, and she was like, I'm gonna have a son, and he's gonna play this game. He's gonna play this. So she made the decision to buy Nintendo Entertainment System. I don't know how much they cost back then. I don't even know if it was relative. It probably wasn't new. I don't know. But so then she had me, and then I eventually had the NES.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'd play like the old. I don't even know what the games were, to be honest. I know Duck Hunt was one of them. Mm-hmm. Super Mario Bros. Is it Bros or just Super Mario? I don't know. There's like Super Mario 2. What else? Legend of Zelda. It was weird. So I was playing all that stuff. It was fun. Everything was dope. And yeah, it was weird that she just decided like, yeah, I'm gonna have a son. But the main gaming really took off when I'd go to my cousin's house in LA. They had a Nintendo 64. I swear on my life, they had a Dreamcast at one point. At least they borrowed it from a friend. And to this day, they deny that they had it. And I'm like, no, I swear I remember playing the Dreamcast. It was some racing game or maybe a Sonic game or something. But I know I played this on this Dreamcast. And they're like, no, we never had a Dream. I was like, no, you definitely had a Dreamcast. You just don't remember. My cousin Namdi, he was really into gaming and computers in general. He had emulated games on his computer. This is back in early 2001 maybe, like 2005 area. So it's probably pretty new, I think, at the time to like emulate games. You play Mega Man. I know the big thing on the Nintendo 64 was playing Super Smash Bros. And
Yeah.
Namdi was crazy at the game. He was nutty. He would always play Link and just shit on you. I was a real big fan of Fox. I remember one day they had us do the trials, like a path of to be allowed to become a Fox main, right? Like I always played Fox. They're like, no. If you're only gonna play Fox, you gotta do this the right way. So they had me play Fox, and I'd have to play against the computer to determine that I was actually a good Fox and allowed to main him. So they first had me play against the 3 difficulty computer. Obviously beat him easily. Then the 5 difficulty, beat him. And then I had to play against the 9 difficulty. That one was hard for me back then. But I eventually beat him, and it felt so good because it was like a challenge they set out. Like, you got to complete this. You got to do it. Everyone was cheering and stuff for me. It was cool. Like, so I was allowed to be a Fox main to where I could play against them and all that. My other cousin Chinny, he was always playing Kirby, and it was funny when, because he'd get Namdi real mad because he'd always like suck him up. Wow.
Wait,
wow. You know Kirby's move.
Kirby, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, wait, whoa.
So he'd always do that, and then and then jump off the map and kill him.
Yeah, I know. And then he just fucking jump, like triple jump back to stage.
So that was real funny. He'd always do that. Mario Kart and all that. But I started with the NES, had the Game Boy, had the what was it? Adventures of Link, 4 Seasons. I think that was my first like Game Boy game.
4 Swords? Yeah.
No. Seasons. I don't know if it was called 4 Seasons or just Seasons, but it wasn't 4 Swords. It was definitely Seasons.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know if that's a popular game or what. It was interesting. Never beat it. I don't think I've ever beat a Zelda game in my life.
I think I ever beat a game when I was young. Like, you would just get to before the internet, you would just get to a level that your tiny brain could not comprehend. And you just be like, fuck it.
I'm pretty sure I've beaten games. It's just puzzle games, specifically like Zelda.
Yeah, any games that had puzzles.
Yeah, it was too much. I mean, but again, like even now, I've never been in a Zelda game. So,
The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords. I know that game.
4 Swords?
I had it too.
No, I didn't play that game. It was Seasons. I'm about to Google it. Yeah, it's called Seasons. Oracle of Seasons. Yeah. Y'all telling me like, no, man, you play 4 Swords. No, I didn't play 4 Swords.
Unknown ass game.
I played Seasons. It was like it would turn from like fall to like winter. I only got to like winter though, because that's when I'd get stuck. And sorry, I didn't cool that. I know what I'm talking about. I played the Seasons game. Seasons. So I had that. Played Pokemon. I had Pokemon Yellow at one point. Don't know what happened to it. I had that. Pikachu would follow you. He'd come out. He wasn't inside the Pokeball, so that was real dope. I had Blue, Green or Leaf Green, Emerald, Ruby.
I had like Sapphire and shit like that. Whatever it's called.
So I had all that. I was playing games. It was fun. All right. So that was cool. How I kind of grew up into gaming. I became the degenerate I am today.
That's true. Started with Soul Calibur for me. I was a lot into fighting games. Soul Calibur, and then eventually I got a GameCube, and we played Mortal Kombat Deception, Mortal Kombat Alliance, Deadly Alliance, and then shit like Melee on the GameCube. Super Smash Bros.
Melee.
What was that Pokemon game on the GameCube?
Coliseum.
Like that RPG. That shit was fun.
Coliseum.
Yeah, that shit was the best.
I had it. It was fun. It was amazing. Walking around, and you would steal Pokemon though. That was crazy.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even catch. You would steal.
You just yoink.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna take that now. I don't think you're a good trainer. So
yeah, I remember
the Articuno's now mine.
Someone had a Gate of Darkness limited edition GameCube. That shit would be amazing. Be like purple and shit.
I just had a regular purple one. Yeah. All right. Let's get a little bit into the meat of this. I know we've been here ready for like a little over an hour now. It was dope.
We've been here for an hour. Oh my god!
I know.
Damn.
Time kind of flies, right?
Yeah.
Kind of flies. Make sure y'all are stretching out there. Do your calisthenics. So this topic is very near and dear to my heart. All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's really it really pisses me off, to be honest. This whole leaking culture that we have, right? Everyone needs to know what is happening next. Like, it doesn't matter that they just dropped a patch or whatever for something. They need to know what's happening next. The biggest offender to this, I think, is the Fortnite community. I think it really blew up with Fortnite, this whole leaking thing. So with Fortnite, they're like, this is what even blows my mind. They have weekly patches in Fortnite, right? The main patches, though, would be like every 2 weeks. But they have weekly patches in Fortnite. And people are still data mining to find out what's happening next. So they'd release a patch. Everything's cool. Oh, what skins are they going to come out with? What? Like, oh, what's the new gun? Oh, what's the new area? Like, shut up. Can you play the game? They just released the P90. Can we play that first? Can we experience this game? Fortnite is terrible with, like, what is really fun to me personally, what I love, especially when I first was playing Fortnite, right? You'd go to the store, 8 p.m. Eastern, boom, the store would flip. It's 8 or 9, I don't remember. But the store would flip something. And you were just waiting. Ooh, what's coming? What's going to be new? What's this new skin? And then boom, the skin comes out. Oh, it's fantastic. It looks amazing. Like, ooh, I got to get this. I got to spend my V-Bucks and everything. And you're like, I need to pick this up. It's, my love for the Dino Girl.
The Dino Girl.
Dino Girl, yeah. Now it's the Cat Girl, but Dino Girl would always hold space in my heart. When I first saw the Dino Girl skin, I was like, this is my skin in Fortnite. I'm always using this. Got that. That was the first time I bought V-Bucks. I spent money, well, besides to get like the battle pass, I don't really count. But the first time I was like, I need to spend extra money in this game. I bought V-Bucks. I got the Dino Girl. I got the backpack, and I got the the pickaxe. I got all that. So, but now what's the big one I remember that people data mine was the girl in the pajama girl in the onesie. They were like, when is this skin coming out? I need this skin now. I need it in my life. I love this skin. And that skin didn't.
People were getting mad at
they
Epic
were getting pissed off at Epic. Epic, you must release this skin now. Next week, if it doesn't come out, I'm not playing this game. Like, what?
Yeah.
Did Epic ever say they're releasing the skin? Did they ever promote the skin? No. So why are you angry about something they never talked about? I want the skin now. I saw it in a leak. They data mined the skin. I want it now. You know what? I'm so happy Epic did. They never released that skin that season. It was like months that went by.
A long time.
And then the next season came out. It was a battle pass skin that they made sure they put towards the end too. It was like the 70 or something in the battle pass. Like, you gotta progress to level 70 just to get this skin. But that's like minor stuff, right? Because just leaking skins, that's whatever. What's really annoying, games like Destiny. You know, I love Destiny. I always say, what I say about Destiny is, I play when Destiny tells me to play the game, I will play it. When Destiny tells me, Aham, Maha, whatever, you need to stop playing this game, I stop playing it. So I'm on Destiny's beck and call. Whatever Destiny says, I do. So Bungie does a really good. I love Bungie, by the way. Play their games, Halo 3, Halo 2 a little bit, but Halo 3, Reach, amazing. Yeah. When Bungie wants to promote something and do it, they will do it. They do a fantastic job. The trailers for upcoming seasons and what's it called, DLCs, amazing. They're like, even if you hated Destiny and you're like, oh, this game is garbage, why do people play this? That was a big thing back in D1. You saw that trailer, you're like, damn, This Destiny game look kind of nice, huh? That should look good. Then you play it like, oh, it's just the same shit. But that trailer and stuff that they did, they're like, ooh, Destiny, I see it. Looking all stuff, right?
Yeah, their animations are really good. I like them.
Really good, dog. Their cinematics, just the music, the score, and everything. Like when they want to promote something and tell you about something, they will do it, and they'll do a damn good job.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I love playing on PC, the thing that screwed Destiny is now it's on PC, stuff gets data mined. So as soon as a big patch, huge patch, we're talking about like Forsaken comes out, people already data mine and other stuff. They data mine. This is the one that hurt my souls. They data mine. Forsaken comes out. They data mine that. Was it Forsaken? I think it was, or was it? It doesn't. Warmind. It was probably Forsaken. Again, doesn't matter. They data mined that the Whisper the Worm was in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Ooh, how do we get Whisper?"
Oh, that's Warmind.
Was that Warmind? Okay. Ooh, how do we get Whisper the Worm? What do we gotta do? Oh, we gotta do the raid? Oh, we gotta do this, or that? Whisper's in the game, guys. People starting getting mad that they can't find Whisper. Bungie, where's Whisper? Bungie never said anything. They never spoke about Whisper the Worm or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then this real cool event happened. Not really real cool. Standard public event happens on IO.
Mm-hmm.
But someone found out that there's a random elite that's roaming around after when that specific public event comes in. They're like, that's weird. They kill the elite, and then they go to the lost sector. And when they go into the lost sector, they found like this little hole in the lost sector. Like, that's weird. And it has like the Taken stuff on it. They shoot it. They jump down the hole, and all of a sudden during the mission, they're like, whoa, what's this? They start going through the mission and everything. They're like, wow, these are crazy jumping puzzles. And wow, the sky space is beautiful. And wow, this is amazing. They get over, wow, these enemies are really hard. Dang, that's really weird. Wow, this is a boss. There's 3 elites here kicking my ass. Then they finally beat it, and the Whispered Worm drops. They're like, what? Whisper? And that's like such a fantastic like thing. And it's so fun, it's so neat that they hit something in the game. But people already knew that the Whisper was coming. So they're like, oh, this is when they're finding the boss, like, oh, we're probably getting a Whisper from this. And they get it. So you're still excited that you got it, but you're not as enthusiastic that this game, that this gun you got, it's a D1 thing coming forward. You're not as excited anymore because you already knew you were going to get this reward. So what could have been such a high, this becomes like, oh, okay, that was real cool. They love the mission and everything though. So like, oh, all right, so then the mission becomes a thing that's really popular. Like, oh wow, cool, good job, Bungie. You did this mission. It was really neat. We love it. It was hidden, it was secret. That was cool. So Bungie, especially in D1, they used to be able to have these random missions that would drop, give you a random weapon. People really wanted that back in D2. They wanted secrets back. And you used to be able to do it on console whenever, like, oh, there's this random hideaway that we get to do. Oh wow, we got what was the gun? I think that's when we got Black Spindle in D1, which is the same as Whisper. And that was really neat. But now that people know, oh, we got this thing. Oh, there's these new textures, guys. Look at these texture files. And it shows like this space. So now like things are getting leaked beforehand. And it's like mad annoying. There's one big thing that happened with Apex. People leaked the new battle pass, the trailer, the cinematic early before
what was gonna
before
be
they
in
won
the
it.
battle pass.
For this season, the season that just started like on the 2nd of July. People leaked it. And like my big thing is, if I really want the developers to be able to do what they do. Like I said, when Bungie wants you to know something, they give out this amazing trailer, this amazing cinematic, but it was always kind of hard to formulate exactly how it must feel to be a developer, why I hate it so much. So one of the community managers responded to someone on Reddit, this guy's name Mid Guy, that had this response for the leak that happened. So he basically says, imagine your kid wants something expensive for his birthday, like a Nintendo Switch, right?
Mhm.
You're poor, but you want your kid to have this thing really bad because you love him. You work overtime at your shitty job for months to be able to save up enough money to buy him a Switch in a couple of days. And a couple. Oh, what? Don't worry, typo. You finally save up enough money 2 weeks before his birthday and buy the Switch. You hide it in your closet. You come home from work the next day and he's sitting on the couch playing the Switch because his older brother found it and gave it to him.
Mhm.
So even though the intention was for him to have the game, you're somewhat disappointed in the lackluster way in which it was received, in which he received it after working so hard to get it for him. Also, there's probably part
Yeah.
of you that would be disappointed that the older brother is the one that got some level of recognition for giving him the game, when all he did was accidentally find it or find something that you were not ready to give to him. So it's this whole thing that like they work so hard to prepare everything for you. They're like, all right, and then we're even going to wrap it in a nice, gift wrapper, a beautiful little bow on it, and we're going to present this to you. You guys going to love it, right?
Mhm.
But like 2, 3, 4, 5 days before you get to do that, some guy goes into your files like, hey guys, this is what they're doing. Here's the trailer that they're going to release. Boom.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That the leaks have to suck for developers. Like, working those jobs, like the main thing you always hear is like the amount of overtime people get when a deadline is near, when a
Mm-hmm.
patch is near. It's like people just go into overtime, and so much time and effort is put into this for it to be ruined. Like for Apex, the whole battle pass, like people had already decided like their opinions on it way before they even got to it. And I feel like that was a part of what was to blame for um the decline in plays. It's like, oh wow, they're doing all this. It's like,
Yeah.
this doesn't
They
seem
don't
right.
get to have that hype cycle of them,
Yeah,
you
they had
know.
the hype cycle before it was even in, and by the time it came out, it already worn off.
Yep.
It's like, because I remember being in Apex and being like, finally do some content, and then it's like I saw the leaks and I was like, oh, I can't wait
You,
for it to get here. It
and
got
you
it
knew
there like
about the
3
new
weeks later, and I was
character.
already off.
Yep. New character, you already know about that. However, months in advance, if it was that. It was like middle of
Mhm.
season 1, people already knew about this new character that's coming out, that came out this season now.
Yeah.
And it's like real shitty. Um, Game of Thrones even. Uh, this
Game of Thrones was ruined. I was
this
like,
recent
I
season,
saw a
yeah,
spoiler for it too.
season 8,
Season 8 was
people,
spoiled.
the whole season, yeah, the whole season was spoiled. People already knew it. You had to hide off the internet if you didn't want to be spoiled for 6 weeks. You had to make sure you didn't see anything Game of Thrones related. I know Endgame was ruined. I know I got spoiled on Twitch chat by it.
Yeah.
Back then, at first, I didn't really care because I wasn't planning on going to watch it. But that music, people's new albums always getting leaked. They have a whole subreddit dedicated to leaked music. Even the main hip hop heads, they have a leak. What's the little subheaders that they have? Whenever they have that, so like it's just so ingrained into people. Like, all right, yeah, we could do this. And if things were getting leaked, Beyonce's album, I think that was 2013. I know it's part of like the whole title promotion.
Mhm.
She didn't do any sort of promotion or anything. She just dropped it. But how annoying would that have been if her whole album, she had a visual album too, just
Mhm.
got leaked beforehand. So it's like not even a cool little surprise. Like the internet was going crazy when Beyonce dropped an album. They're like, whoa, what? Lemonade, what's that? That's a drink?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh
That's a drink.
um it's they what's it called? They get to see this and experience it, get into hype. Everyone's like texting their friend like, yo, Beyonce dropped an album, you gotta watch it. They're like, watch it? Yeah, you gotta watch the album. It's so cool, it's so dope. And it's just, I don't know, like it's feeling that excitement. It's so fun and exciting. I don't know, people are just so impatient to be able to experience that and not get to, I don't know, they want to know now. But then when it finally does come to them, they're like, whatever, because
Yeah.
they already leaked it for themselves. And it's so, I don't even know, man.
It's just so anticlimactic. It's not the
Yeah.
same as it being there and you experiencing it for the first time. like, because you, even if you have the knowledge of something happening, it's not the same as finding out, because like you know, but you don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I don't know. Leaks are just, I hate them so much. So I know I'm in a friend group kind of message, and they're always talking about leaks and stuff, and I just hate it so much, man.
Yeah, it's real annoying. It's really, yeah.
Destiny stuff. There was recent Destiny news of Shadowkeep, the new expansion that was leaked before Destiny even got to do it. There was also leaked about Stadia, how Destiny was going to be on Stadia. They leaked that Destiny was going to be on Steam. They leaked the cross save, and these are all things that, especially the Steam cross save, or some that we should have been really excited for. We should have really loved. That was leaked before Bungie even got to do their stream, which their streams are always amazing. You know, we got to hear from Luke Smith, and you know, they say like, yeah, we're doing cross save and everything, and like, yeah, people are so excited, but it's like, that's not a surprise for us anymore, because you know, when they were under Activision, everyone's big thing was, ooh, you know, can we get cross save? Can we get crossplay? Oh no, due to technical difficult, blah blah blah. That was the whole thing. But in the end, in the stream, they're like, yeah, Activision kind of sucks dick.
Yeah, that's part of what leaks are. To be honest, it's like you find out about things, and then you're like, when they get released or announced, you're like, I already knew that that was gonna happen. Well, there's nothing new for me to look at.
Yeah.
I'm out. You know.
So it's real annoying. They still talk about some other things, especially like New Light. That was real dope. You get to play all the year one stuff, the year one raids, the year one, you know, zones, the strikes, all that for free. That's really cool. You get to play all the Crucible, no matter what Crucible maps, you get that. So that's like coming in September. So there's still stuff that they gave us that was new, but it was still annoying that, you know, everything was leaked beforehand. Yeah, that's my whole rant on leaks, dog. Like, I really hate them.
Yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from. To be honest,
it's not
like, even back in Overwatch, like the new heroes would be like leaked and shit.
Oh yeah,
and I'd just be like, dude, there's already like so little content as it is. Like,
exactly. Like,
you know, like I can't even be fully excited when a new character releases because I already know their whole backstory and shit.
You know their backstory, you know their abilities, you know.
I know their ultimate. I'm like, okay, now what?
It's so. I really hope this leak culture thing just goes away, but I feel like, especially with being like a PC gamer now, I'm gonna just have to deal with it for the rest of the time.
I feel like that's just how it's gonna be. Like, Zoomers are always in constant need of information.
Yeah. All right. Let's pivot. Let's talk about a little Fortnite now. You know, they got their big old World Cup, like $100 million, whatever, on the line, something like that. That Epic Sweeney, that's like the CEO thing, just giving away to these boyos. So they've been doing like these weekly tournaments, whatever. Pros been complaining, whatever. But every week, you know, top like 10 people in the world, they get accepted to go. There's like qualifiers. They get accepted to then go to New York and to play for the big money. I think it's like guaranteed 50,000 if you make it to New York. And then the qualifiers, I think they give away like 20,000 for each region, something like that. So it's like EU, NA East, NA West, Oceania. I think Brazil's its own thing, and then South America's another one. I don't remember, and then Asia. So yeah, so it's been like a weekly tourney. But of course, whenever money's on the line, somebody got to try to what's the word? I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but they try to go against the system, go against what the natural grain of things, and you know, you get some cheaters. You get some cheaters in the world.
Yeah.
And
Dr. Disrespects.
So excuse me. So we got this boy, Young Ziff. Apparently, according to Fortnite competitive, this dude's a monster. Not even bad at the game. Really good player. Like, definitely would have qualified, allegedly. And then he didn't. But definitely would have qualified if he actually just played. Maybe if he had those 2 weeks extra. But apparently he was just getting fed kills. And people just giving him kills during the qualifiers.
Like,
and
I remember, wasn't there a thing where you like posted screenshots and like the times were off and shit, and they were like the games played but like nothing, it wasn't recorded or something like that?
I don't. Oh yeah. I don't remember the screenshot. I know he talked about like, nah, I definitely didn't cheat. Why would I ever cheat? Then they're like, oh, were you streaming? Nah, I didn't stream it. But apparently he didn't know that if you play in the qualifiers, like all your games are recorded and anyone could look at it. So people looked at it, found footage of him just getting fed kills and whatnot. It was pretty bad. The good thing in this, one of the outcomes is he got kicked out from his organization, which we'll talk about later about orgs in general. But the controversial bit of this is that Epic decided to give him a ban. Not a ban. They gave him a little vacation. That's the fun thing in League of Legends right now. They gave him a 2-week vacation from this $100 million tournament, right? So again, it's 10 weeks of qualifiers. This happened like early, like I think week 2 or week 4, something like that. And they're like, all right, you're banned for the next 2 weeks. You can't qualify. But he was able to come back, and he was able to then try and qualify again. And that was a real controversial bit. It's like, but this man was cheating, right? And now he still has a chance to be part of this $100 million tourney, guarantee 50,000 to himself, and that just really didn't sit well for Big Portion. I want to know.
Yeah, and it's totally understandable. Like the even if it's not like along the lines of like aimbot, it's still a cheating to have your kills fed. You know, people play the game to get those kills. You know how hard it is in like pro skirmishes to get kills like that.
Yeah. Oh, I guess to also explain, like getting kills, you get points depending on kills that you get. So for each kill, I think it's like a point, and then you have placement points on top of that. So he's kind of like double dipping, right? So if people in the lobby, you start off in a lobby of 100. If people feed him kills, he's getting points for the kills. But now they're also no longer in the lobby, so he's now higher placement. He can then reach those placement break points, get more points, blah blah blah. So that's why being fed kills is such a big deal, and the fact that he coordinated with other people and was then able to just only have 2 weeks off, like, what's the real punishment? Because he says, all right, take 2-week break, try again later. And if we don't catch you, well, looks like you get to be in this
I think they
turn.
set a really bad example. Another famous thing about like throwing is like, you ever heard of the iBuyPower scandal?
Nah.
From CS:GO? Okay, so way back when, there was this team called iBuyPower, who I don't remember if they sold themselves or if they bought out the other team. But basically, like the team, the enemy team, like paid them to lose, or they paid someone to win, and they threw the game. So when they get found out, Valve just bans like the entire roster from playing. Like they just ban iBuyPower, and like that team just dissolves. And I think they banned the other team too, but I don't remember. But they never were able to come back. Like everyone involved in that was just like banned from playing CS:GO competitively on like Valve stages ever again. Yeah, forever. I think just one of them got released not too long ago. But I mean,
That's crazy.
Like I think it's just one of them too. It's not like even the whole team.
I think in that case it's fine. Like I don't call him by his Switch name. Like Aaron said, it's the 2 weeks. Like I'm fine with them coming back, not having too harsh punishment. But I think he should have been banned from that competition, especially. Yeah, he shouldn't have been allowed back into the same to become allowed in the same tournament. You know, it's like strike, not really strike. I mean, strike 1 of 2, right? This ain't baseball. You know, he did it once. It's like, all right, man, you really messed up. you're no longer able to compete in this competition. You're not banned from all Epic competitions, but you're not allowed in this one. Next year,
next year,
or whatever their next tourney is, you can do that one, just not this one anymore. But the fact that he's able to come back into this and just be allowed to play for the huge tournament, it was just a really bad precedent they set. Yeah. Again, luckily, I don't know if that's the right word. He didn't make it. I know some of their casters even were pissed off about Dr. Lupo, especially he cast for the Fortnite qualifiers, and when he finally came back, he even was laying into him in the cast. Kind of not really laying into him, but yeah, he didn't really mention it, but he was like he alluded to it. He's like, oh wow, it's someone killed him in the game. He's like, wow, and he takes out a bot in the tournament just unbeknownst to him. And it was funny. And then, but on Twitter, he really laid into him and just ripped him apart. So yeah, luckily he didn't make it in. His org kicked him off. He got punished. I just don't think it was enough of a punishment. I don't know if he's back on another org. It'd be really shady if another org picked him up, but
probably not for a while. No.
Yeah. Not for a while.
It's already hard to get picked up by an org, to be honest. I don't think orgs are gonna take the chance.
I mean, there are some shady orgs.
There are some shady orgs, but
Yeah. Alright. So since we're in this esports vein, let's kind of broaden out a little bit, but still kind of focus on Fortnite. We'll talk about some esports contracts, contracts. Not really, if you will, because this shit happens. So the big one that recently came into the news was a Tfue situation in FaZe. The Tfue versus FaZe, right? So they got this whole contract of let me see if I could not pull it up, at least have it here. I know I have it. Basically where FaZe picked up Tfue when he just started, not really just started, but when he was in Fortnite and just started to gain some traction, like a little bit. They picked him up, gave him what they call their gamer agreement, and he then blows up, becomes this huge kind of superstar in the Twitch realm, Fortnite realm, even YouTube. We're talking about someone. Let's see, Twitch. He has 6.4 million followers. Twitter, 1.8 mil. Instagram, 5.7 million. YouTube, 10.9 million. Dude is humongous in the social media scene, but he definitely didn't start that way. I don't know.
I never heard of him before FaZe.
Yeah, before FaZe, before the Fortnite Fridays, didn't know this guy at all. So it's the whole situation. Basically, Tfue has a terrible contract where their FaZe organization is, let me see if I can find the exact numbers here. They pay him $2,000 a month, which first that's fine. Let's see, he could only get an increase of or apparently a decrease of the monthly contract, or the amount of money he gets each month, like 25%. So he can't really make that much money in terms of that. Prizes, so if he wins a tournament, they can take 20% of his winnings. When he sells merchandise in game, apparently they can take 50% of that. The merchandise and apparel featuring Tfue that's sold through YouTube or Twitch or anything like that, any social medias, they can take 50% of that. The brand deals that I guess the company gives to him. So let's say they're like, hey, Logitech and FaZe were partnering. You're going to be a part of this photo shoot. They'll take 80% of the money he would have made.
That was the big one, right?
That's a huge one. 80%. Appearances, he does 50%.
Make his own partnerships too.
Yeah, he also can make his own. Well, no, I thought he can make his own, but he can't. What's it called? They can't be conflicting. So if FaZe already has a keyboard or computer peripherals type of thing, he can't have a computer peripherals thing, whatever, sponsorship as well. So they couldn't compete with each other.
Yeah.
So that contract's fucked. Tfue now wants to get out of that contract. So he made a big old thing about telling them to release a contract on. He made like a YouTube video. He tried
he hit up Twitter. Oh wait, no, he didn't. He hit up Twitter after a while, but
yeah, he put FaZe on blast basically. Yeah, his lawyers came out talking about how the thing is bad. Two sides of this. I'll tell my opinions on the matter. Both of these people are stupid. FaZe, dumb. Tfue,
especially FaZe Banks. They should have him doing what he did.
Well, Banks, that's a separate issue, I think, because he doesn't even make the contract. So Banks took this personal. He thought it was a personal attack on him. Banks doesn't do anything financially with them. He's like a figurehead basically. So there's a whole other side. But to see a contract like this and to be like, yeah, I'll sign it. 80%, oh, that's nothing. 50%, oh, that's nothing. You want to take this? Oh, yeah, take it, then. I can only grow 25% of my monthly income? Yeah, that's cool. I don't mind. For, I think, for 3 years? That's really a silly thing to pick up.
Well, things like that, like, it's very predatory. Like, contracts like that are not new. Even back then, like a couple years ago on YouTube, people were taking these shitty contracts with Machinima. I don't know if you ever heard of them, but like people would be locked in contracts for a long time, and eventually they'd grow up. It's like people trying to they have these illusions of grandeur, and they want to be big and stuff, but they don't know if they can. So when people see like, oh my God, FaZe wants to pick me up, of course I'll sign it, right? But you can't tell me it's not predatory, and it's not like it doesn't affect people's minds when it turns out that FaZe picked up a 12-year-old boy, you know, and made him a FaZe member.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know much about that because I think you can pick up like.
No, you can't. They had to release him until he was of age.
Even with the parents' consent. Because there's kids that are in media.
Got in trouble for it, so they got released. I don't know if he
because you can have like contracts with kids, but it's just that the parents need to be. I mean, because Disney Channel wouldn't be a thing if you can't have children under contract, like actors and actresses.
I mean, they could, but at the time, it wasn't like it's pretty sure it's illegal where they're from, California.
But that's where Hollywood is.
Well, it's esports laws are different. I don't know. Either way, it was a big thing that blew up, and
I think what was big is that you have to be 13 to stream on Twitch and be part of the Epic tournaments.
I think it was
because you could have children under contracts for stuff as long as the parents are involved.
Yeah, Zwief was right. They esports players are considered athletes, they're not like actors.
I don't know. But that's a different issue, I think. The big thing are these contracts that, like I said, are predatory. I see both sides, though. If you're FaZe, you see this relatively unknown person that you don't know what they're going to give to you. There's no real reason for you to give them a huge contract. It'd be pretty idiotic if each person you gave, you're just like, yeah, you'll make it big. Here's $50,000 a month or something crazy. So it's a little mixture of, yes, it's a bad contract, but just like in sports, you get rookie contracts, but they're regulated to, in fact, where you can only make about like this much. Like there's a limit to how much you can make, but those are seen depending on how many years you sign. For a few years, you have this rookie contract, but you grow out of that if you become big, and you could then get the huge contracts, the big ones, and make the real money. So I see that side, but also the fact that they're taking these extra stuff, 50% of this, 50% of that, 80% of this, 80% of that. That's like the real bad part. So I feel like getting $2,000 a month, right? If it was you or me, we're like, hell yeah, where'd I sign that shit? But let's say we then blew up to, we already talked about Tifu stats.
Mm-hmm.
2,000 a month is nothing. When if Tifu turns on his stream right now, he'll make 2,000 in the next like 8 hours, if that.
Yeah.
So getting to 2,000 a month is like pocket change for him, and it's like you have to have room to grow. So I think a lot of TSM contracts, they were like for like Myth, Hamlin's, all that. Those are like 6 months to like a year contracts, I think, and then they had time to re up, and those were less predatory. I know there's some good organizations that have really good contracts. I know Team Liquid's one of them. TSM's another one we heard about. I'm gonna assume C9, but that's just from what I know from League of Legends. I don't know about the other stuff. But we do know that there is also still a huge contingency of people that get these bad contracts. One person, I swear he played Halo at one point. I know for sure he plays. He used to play Destiny. His other stuff. His name's Wish You Luck. He spoke about these contracts that some of these people take, especially in Fortnite, and there were orgs that, you know, they'll take 50% of your winnings. That's kind of reminiscent of the Tifu contract, but then they'll also take 25% of your subscriber revenue. So if you get subs into, you know, your Twitch stream, you know, it's like $5 a month. Most people get like half of that, so like $250. Then here comes Organization B. They're like, yeah, give me 25% of that. So it's like nothing that they did. I mean, it's hard to say nothing that they did, but that feels kind of dirty. That's like if they took their donation money, right? Like their tips, and they're like, yeah, you got to give me a little slice of that. And people are taking those contracts, and apparently, like, it's a good enough number to where, you know, it's like a lot of people are in these really bad contract situations. And I don't know, it's just really silly that these people, they're just, I mean, they're kids, so it's like understandable, but the fact that they don't have a guardian that's also looking over these contracts and saying, hey, maybe we should take this contract to a lawyer, see if we're you know, getting messed up. Like, yeah, you're spending a couple $100 just to have someone look at it, but that's better in the long run, because then you end up in a Tifu situation. Now if he were to just leave on his own will without it getting like renegotiated or having FaZe let him go, he said now he has a non-compete, this kind of line in the thing, to where now he can't stream on Twitch, or he can't stream in general for the next 6 months, or they'll sue him over that. And I don't know, the fact that people,
those kind of clauses actually cannot be held up in court.
I know people were saying that. I don't have a lawyer. I haven't seen a lawyer say that specifically besides Tifu's lawyer. But that would be pretty hard to, I assume that would be hard to uphold in court. But then you would still have to go to court. You can't just say like, yeah, this won't hold in court, and they're like, oh, okay, my bad, dog. And then they just walk away. Like, no, then you still got to spend money to go to court, pay all those court fees, lawyer fees, all that yada yada fees. Yeah. And, you know, it's a whole situation there. So
well, I think a big thing with, like, especially with esports contracts and esports in general, it's a lot of young kids whose parents don't think any of this is really real. Like, who thinks, like with especially for people who grew up without the internet, it's like, wow, my kid is gonna blow up and make more money than I did, you know, than I do at this point, and by playing video games, you know.
That's the hardest thing to like explain about Twitch.
Yeah, so
what do you do on Twitch?
Parents, I can understand it that like parents don't take this seriously because they just think it's like a fantasy. They're not like, oh, who's the fuck is FaZe? I've never heard of this company before, you know. Like they're not serious. You know, whatever numbers my son isn't gonna blow up, and I don't even know. I didn't even know what a fucking esports organization was. You know, before FaZe came up to my son.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like, yeah, Tfue was stupid for signing it, but I mean, who isn't stupid at that age? You know,
me.
Who knows? Who's like, school never teaches you, hey, fucking, a teacher might personally say, hey, read your fucking contracts, but they're not like going over, like, there's not a class where like, oh, hey, you know, look at these contracts, this is how you read these clauses. Like, people don't even read terms and conditions. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this man didn't think about it too deeply when he saw the contract.
Yeah, I mean, but just being ignorant to the fact doesn't, excuse you for being ignorant to the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's still stupid.
Well, like I said, TPO was stupid for signing it, but it's
Yeah.
also like these predatory companies who are taking advantage of people's ignorance.
And it'll come down to education. More these situations that come out, people start being like, oh, maybe these contracts need to get looked at. Maybe I need to see what's going on, and we'll figure out like if my contract's good or not.
Yeah, I do think people should be educated, but companies are horrible, dude. Like, companies do not care about people. So I feel like we should put more regulations in place to stop companies from doing dumb shit like this in the first place.
Yeah. Very true. You want to talk about E3?
We could talk about E3, yeah.
How about E3? Let's do this by what are things like Xbox, Bethesda, since PlayStation wasn't there.
The most notable things
Nintendo.
I really cared about. Should we just talk about notable things we care about? Because
I want to talk. We'll talk about them, but by conference. So instead of mixing them all up, yeah.
I gotta pull up that list. I don't know what game belongs to what.
All right. So if you don't know what E3 is, E3, it's like Electronic Entertainment Expo. So this is where they show off a lot of electronics. I know, like new TVs and new whatever is like cutting edge technology in the industry will be like shown at E3. Also at E3, there's a lot of gaming events. So Xbox will have like their conference. Normally PlayStation as well, Nintendo, and then some developers that are big enough to have their own, or publishers, I guess I should say, to have their own conference. They'll do that as well. So yeah, that's what E3 is. So we're gonna start with Xbox. I got a few here. I got a lot here actually. And I guess I'll start first while you're looking over for your list.
Yeah.
If you end up having anything with Xbox. First game that I was like, ooh.
What conference are we going over right now? Xbox?
Yeah, Xbox. Okay. First Xbox game at the Xbox conference is the Xbox. You ready?
Yeah.
I felt like I said Xbox like 30 times.
And but Xbox wasn't the first one, so I was like,
yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Pretty sure EA was the first one.
Oh, I mean, do you count EA Play? That was the conference.
Hey, I mean, the next FIFA was announced, man. Come on.
Oh, my bad. I forgot your demographic. Loves loves FIFA, dog. Loves spending the microtransactions. Microtransaction simulator. That's FIFA. I used to love FIFA. The surprise mechanics. So Xbox, all right. First game caught me. Bleeding Edge. Bleeding Edge was the 4v4 arena melee combat thing.
Oh yeah,
looked like Paladins kind of.
Yeah. Too bad it's is it coming on PC too or no?
I don't remember.
I hope it is, because man, that would be a waste if it was on Xbox only.
I mean, I got an Xbox, so I could play it.
It'd be a waste if it was on.
I got an Xbox, so I could play it. So it looked real dope. It was clean. They got like different characters and stuff. They all have their own abilities. Everything was melee centric. I saw one girl. She was like on a what's a unicycle type thing, but it's like motorized. It's like, yeah, she was just running around, slapping people, and
Mm-hmm.
beating them up. Uh, so that one looked fun. I don't know. I was thinking about showing trailers and stuff, but apparently YouTube is fun with all that stuff. I don't want to get a bunch of copyright strikes. And if we showed all these
Yeah.
trailers, it'd be a long time. Um, and then let's see another one. Look forward to. I mean, another one everyone is looking forward to. Excuse me, Cyberpunk 2077. I don't know if you actually heard about that game.
Yeah, yeah. Especially one of the Wii games I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk. That's just gonna be lit.
Yeah. If you don't know Cyberpunk, dystopian society. Cyberpunk feels so technology heavy. You can augment your body any way you want. Like nothing is like untouchable. Um, same makers of Witcher 3, love game. I always talk about Witcher 3. Every time I see it on sale, I tell everyone in Discord, hey guys, Witcher 3 is on sale. Buy it. Greatest game you'll ever play. I don't know if people actually listen to it and bought it, but the game is amazing. Story's amazing. Gwent's also there, so you could play that. I know my boy Jamie plays Gwent. He didn't even play the game. He played the game for like an hour. And I was like, oh, there's this little Gwent thing. Let's try that. Oh, Gwent's really fun. Let's buy the Gwent game and never touch Witcher 3 again. So I'm still a little pissed off about that. But it's alright. At least he's in the Witcher 3 universe. One day he'll make it through the game. The game's fantastic. But Cyberpunk 2077 looks really cool. Again, in the
really
future, in 2077.
When it's releasing, yeah.
Oh, it's releasing next year, April.
Yeah, I think they said like mid.
It's like April 15, something like that. Keanu Reeves in there. I'm not a movie watcher myself, but people
Keanu
love
Reeves
him. So yeah, that game's amazing. It's gonna break records probably for copies sold and stuff in a short amount of time, unless something drastic happens. Then I don't know. Another game, 12 minutes. I think we talked about this one a lot.
Yeah, 12 minutes looks really exciting. I really, well.
While you talk about it,
in
I'll
the
be
way
right
that
back.
it's like, okay. So it's this game where like apparently you go over a scenario, over and over again, and you have 12 minutes to like go through different scenarios and figure out what's going on. At least that's what I got from the gist of it. It looks really cool. It's like a murder mystery type game, and I don't know how much replayability it'll have, but because it is called 12 minutes, uh, which means that implies that like a whole game lasts 12 minutes, and there's only a certain number of clues you can pick up. So I don't know how it'll be. No, it's not a board game. It's a game set in this room. From what we've seen, I don't know if there's other rooms, but it's set in this like kitchen, living room apartment, right? And it flashes between a murder scene, and then before that murder scene, uh, him and his wife talking, and like apparently it looks like you have to figure out what you got to do.
Yeah, it seems like you're solving a mystery.
Mm-hmm.
And I called it the ReZero of video games. So basically, if you haven't seen ReZero, sorry for the spoiler, but when you die in the game, it looks like you just wake up in the real world. Well, I guess that doesn't happen in ReZero, but you wake up in the real world and then you just start again. You keep trying. But it looks really cool. Amazing kind of premise of the game. I'll never play it. It's not my style of game, but it looks really dope. Solve the mystery, you keep time looping, and yeah, it's
I mean, speaking of games and you're probably not gonna play, there's a new horror game called The Blair Witch that was announced there.
Definitely won't play
it looks like it's gonna be super dope. I've been waiting for a new horror game for a while, and Blair Witch was a really good movie back in the day.
I heard about
when
the
it
movie.
came out, the Blair Witch. That was a really cool way they made that. So I'm really excited for this game to come out.
Yeah, if you guys know my struggles with horror games, it's
I don't know if you guys remember, but Maha did I don't know. He said like a goal, right? And he said he was gonna play Outlast. This man lasted a whole hour before he quit.
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
No, no, no.
Okay.
The only reason I stopped at an hour and a half is because I stopped getting scared by the game, because I just had a don't give a fuck attitude anymore, and so I was just running, and I was just running through, and I didn't care about sneaking around anymore. It's like, hey, if they see me, they see me, and I'll just keep running. So I stopped. I was no longer sucked into the universe, because I was just like in that effort mood. I'ma just do whatever. But start the game was really good. I couldn't even. Not that it was a really good game. The game's trash because I hate horror games. That's the only way.
Can we get Kappas in the chat?
And just entering the mansion itself. It took me like 10 minutes to do that, just because I was scared that someone's gonna pop up while I was in the courtyard or something. I was just like, oh nah. The game was too much. There's some highlights on the channel. There's a whole playthrough on the YouTube. Yada yada. Go watch it if you want. But basically, I don't play horror games. I just get scared way too easily. I get jump scared in League of Legends. I get jump scared in Halo. So yeah, that's not a horror ain't for me. One game that I'll definitely not be playing, but it stuck out to me in the sense of how stupid the premise was. The first thing that came out this woman's mouth. So the game was State of Decay 2 Heartland. And the first thing this lady, first thing, black lady, real ugly ass afro, because I don't know what's wrong with the rendering or what, but it did not look good. First thing she says, a black woman, my first mission, find a dad I never knew. What? What? That's what you want to start with? I need to find my dad, because you guys remember I'm black, so I don't know my father, and black people don't know their fathers, because black fathers are never in households with the black children and the black and it was like, come on, really? That's what you want the world, the first thing. I'm pretty sure that was the first dialogue in the trailer. Yeah, find my father I never knew. It's like, okay.
Yeah. And people knew it instantly. It's not even like it took time. Like as it went live on Twitch chat, people were like, oh wow, black person missing father.
It's just, come on, you could do better than that. State of Decay. I never really played State of Decay games. I know I've seen some of my friends playing on Xbox. I don't know if they like it or not. But yeah, that was very interesting. Another huge blockbuster type game akin to Cyberpunk 2077, Borderlands 3. That's coming out soon. I know they already had they had like a separate kind of conference for themselves before E3. They had a lot of what's it called, come out, streamers and stuff, and I don't know. It seems dope. I know people love the Borderlands series, love the looter shooter. And it looked like it improved on 1 and 2. It looked amazing. They added some modern things so you could slide in. I know you complained about that when we started playing Borderlands 2 a little bit. Oh, how come I can't slide? And
that game needs to slide like
Borderlands 3 got it for you. But for me personally, like most Borderlands, it's not an immediate purchase. I'll probably wait 5 years when it's like $20 to get the ultimate package, get everything. Because me personally, for looter shooter type stuff, I play Destiny. So Destiny's all what the hell?
Yeah, and games like Borderlands don't have like updates, so it doesn't matter when you get it.
Well, they got like DLCs, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, but DLCs aren't like updates. They're
true.
Like Destiny's live.
Yeah, it's not a live service game. Game as service, whatever. So yeah, Borderlands 3 seems nice. I know some people are really goo goo gaga for it, but for me personally, I'm just it's a game.
Epic Store bad.
Epic Store bad. Hey, that's guy. Oh, we can probably talk about that another time. Yeah. Another game. All right, this game. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. If you only saw the trailer, you will not be of my opinion that you're looking forward to this game. The trailer that Paradox made for this game is absolute garbage. All right, like it doesn't make you want to play it at all. It just looks like some, I don't even know, some edgy vampire stuff. But when you actually see the gameplay for this, and I think the devs were like talking about it a little bit, it actually seems really dope. So it's like you're just a newborn vampire type thing. I forgot what they called something happened and like a whole bunch of new vampires are like turning up in the world. And luckily for you, you got other people around you that could teach you the ways of becoming a vampire and like what you gotta do. While other people are unlucky, they're kind of on their own and they gotta do whatever. But this one, vampires, they need blood for sustenance. That's how they live. And so there's multiple ways to go out there. You can go out killing people. You could go out making relationships with people. So, they give you blood that you need. You can seduce people and then steal their blood that way. So it's like different mechanics. You're going around, walking around, doing missions. It's I'm trying to think of what it's kind of similar to, kind of like a Skyrim, but for vampires. And it looked cool, it looked dope. It looked like there's options, like story options that you could do, a dialogue choice, excuse me. That's a term people are familiar with. This game is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. And it I don't know, it looks amazing. The gameplay itself looked fun. And I was actually really excited. When I first saw it, I was like, what is this? Didn't care for it. Then they showed like a gameplay trailer. I somehow ended up seeing like gameplay of it. And I think they started talking about it. I was like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Last one for me for the Xbox conference is Halo Infinite. I don't know if you guys heard of Halo before.
Hell yeah. Who hasn't heard of this, dude? You're not a true gamer.
Funny. Can I tell you a little funny story about Halo? For me personally. Sure. So when I was growing up, never really knew about Halo, right? My cousin was staying over with us, and he became, I guess, like friends with like our next door neighbor. And he allowed him to play. He had like an Xbox, original Xbox, and he gave him a bunch of games for it, and then he would play it and stuff. So he had Halo, the original Halo 1 on it, and I tried it out once. And when I first played it, I was like, ew, what the hell is this game? Why would I want to be in space shooting aliens? And I turned that off and I started playing GTA, like San Andreas or something. I was like, this Halo game looks garbage. Why would I ever play the Halo? What's a Halo? So, yeah, sorry about that,
Halo
Bungie.
was actually the first FPS like that I ever played.
I think that so
was
too.
Revolutionary.
But then finally, luckily, thank God for MLG, right? They used to play the tournaments on the USA Network on TV, so I got to see Final Boss, Carbon, and all the other ones that I'm blanking on right now play. And they were playing Halo 2 at the time. I was like, whoa, this Halo 2, that looks fun. That looks fantastic. That looks great. I want to play some Halo, dog. Let me play some Halo. And I think just around the same time, not around the same time, but I think a few months later, around that Christmas, I think, they announced like Halo 3. They had the release, and I was like, ooh, I want Halo 3. I want an Xbox. So I had to buy an Xbox. Well, I didn't have to buy it. I was like a PlayStation dude back then. I had a PS2, PS1. I asked my dad, I'm like, hey, for Christmas, can I have an Xbox? And I want to play Halo 3. It's like, you sure? Like, you could do that. But we could get this PS3 instead. You know, you still have all your old games. I was like, nah, Dad, I want to play Halo. So I got it for Christmas, I think 2012, Christmas time. And then I started playing live April next year and took off from there and met a billion friends from it. And Halo, I became nice at it, dog. MLG was that ish, dog. And yeah, Halo was amazing. And
Halo was great in its prime.
But now we got Halo 4. It was, at least the story was kind of there. Halo 5 was... All right, Halo 5 is actually interesting, all right? Let me see, I'm a Halo guy, so I'm going to talk to you about Halo 5. Halo 5, the multiplayer, at first, people were okay with it. It was different, it was weird because of all the thruster stuff you got to use. You could slide, ground pound, and all that, but people were fine with it at first, because it felt kind of fresh in a way. It's a really interesting turn that happened to Halo 5. I don't really know what happened, but everyone's playing it, and then at a certain point, I feel like people were like, "Wait a second, this is a Halo." Like something kind of clicked. I feel like in the collective Halo population, fandom, whatever you want to call it. It was just like this doesn't feel right. The campaign already was garbage. People didn't like that. It had nothing to really do with Halo 4. Master Chief was barely in it, and I don't know, just the way the shooting was, it was just way too fast paced, and it slowly just took a nosedive. And I think as well with it not being under MLG anymore, like I mean it stopped being part of MLG and like Reach, but it's just nothing felt right after a certain point. After like the love of like, oh, a new Halo came out, in Warzone was actually really fun, especially Warzone Assault for me. I like that. But yeah, after a while it's just like, yeah, this ain't Halo really. So for me, I think Infinite is just it's like, to me it's the last chance 343 has to make good Halo. You know, they did Halo 4, it didn't really strike a chord. Halo 5 fell flat, especially competitive scene is like a huge thing for Halo. And like Jamie said, apparently they're not updating like competitive settings, and they really, I know a big thing with Halo 5, they really wanted like the competitive and the normal gameplay to be the same basically. So they wanted to go like the League of Legends route, where you watch people play League of Legends on the LCS broadcast, that's the same exact league that you're going to play whenever you click normals, you click rank. You know, that's what you're playing. You're playing what you're seeing. But past Halos, you know, they have different settings. You know, you're a little bit faster. You have no radar. Your shots are guaranteed 4-shot with the BR, things like that. Yeah, they had radars and ARs in the competitive setting for a while. It just wasn't right. It wasn't Halo, you know. It was so weird. And when the competitive size died for Halo basically dies. No, there's a huge like casual population. You know, they revolutionized like the social playlist for gamers with files shared, social itself, non-ranked. But I really think back to Infinite, like this is really the last chance for 343 to have a good Halo. They showed off a new engine last year. I forgot what they called the engine.
Well, I don't know if it was in-game footage, but the animation was gorgeous. Are
you talking about the trailer or the engine that they showed off last year?
The engine.
Oh, so they showed off the engine? That's just in-engine stuff. It wasn't in-game stuff. So it's just showing off what the engine can do.
Yeah.
So what I'm scared of, they showed off the engine last year. This year, they showed off a little in-game footage with the trailer. I think they said that the trailer was basically like the first like cinematic or whatever. It was in game. But then it's coming out next year in November. So what I'm scared of is that this game got rushed, because I feel like they had to take their time. If you ask my friends, especially at Xbox, what I said, all right, they showed us the engine last year. They've been really going hard on fixing up MCC. They're bringing MCC to PC as well. My thought was MCC is supposed to hold us off till the next Halo. MCC, you know, you play that for like 2 years, then Halo comes out, Halo 2021, 22. That's what I thought. So they have a good 5 years to really work on it. So unless they've been working on this engine since Halo 5 came out, maybe even a little beforehand, because when you normally hear about engines, that takes 3 to 5 years just to make an engine. We're not talking about the game itself. Let's make the engine. They just showed it off last year, unless they've had this engine for a while and they've been making the game for a while. I don't know. It's a really short turnaround, I feel like, to making an engine to then releasing a game next year, all within, I don't really know their time frame, but it doesn't seem like they had enough time, especially because at the same time they're working on Halo 5 stuff, outputting some stuff, but that's another subject. They're working on MCC as well, and to also work on new engine and the game at the same time. Do they have the developer, you know, bandwidth to do that? That's I
Yeah,
don't know.
they got a lot of they got a lot of stuff on their plate to do, and hopefully it'll be pushed back so they can finish. Like, hopefully they find
See, I don't think it will
new
because
stuff. You don't think it
Halo's
will?
always it's the console seller. That's what they do. New console comes out, Halo comes out. And I wish
Well,
they get away from that because when
mhm,
during November, when it's released, that's when new Xbox is coming out. Same
mhm.
time. So
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah. So they want to come out with the console so it sell really well. It helps sell the console as well. Like, hey, we got the Halo, dog. We got Halo. I know y'all like that. And
Dang.
they're
Well, that
also
sucks. That's gonna suck then for the developers
hmm
because
they're
they're gonna have to
crunching for
cut a lot
sure.
of corners. They're gonna yeah,
They're
they're crunching
crunching.
and probably cutting corners.
And so that's why I don't know. And that's it's also divorced from the whole setup. They talked about how this is kind of like a spiritual reboot in a sense. Like you notice they didn't call this Halo 6. This is Halo
Yeah,
Infinite.
this Halo Infinite.
So I don't know. And it's a couple years after what happened Halo 5. So it's a reboot basically.
Hmm.
Saying like, hey, we didn't do everything right. So hope we could fix some of it. And do something. I don't know. I'm a little scared. The campaign, at least with Halo, the campaign. Now I can't even really say that. It's not Call of Duty where you say, "Hey, campaign could be trash. It doesn't matter." Even though Call of Duty campaigns have actually low key been good, at least in the past. But it's all about
Hmm.
the multiplayer, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah, Halo's always been like known to have good campaigns though.
that's the thing. Yeah, the fact, but at least there's a big enough segment to where if they want to kind of pivot like Call of Duty, where campaign doesn't matter too much, if they get multiplayer right, people will forgive them, especially the core group of Halo players, the multiplayer players, whatever, competitive scene. If they do all that right, there's a theater mode off bat, there's LAN off bat, which they said there is. They said there's split screen, all that stuff. If they allow the competitive players to be flexible and worked by maybe even a third party, to allow for the perfect competitive settings where the players and all that can get everything right, that'll be perfect and fine. But basically, Halo Infinite, to me, last chance for 343, or else Halo's actually kind of killed.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah. Do you have anything else with Xbox you want to talk about? Or can we move
No,
on
I
to
think
Bethesda?
that's it.
All right. So to the Bethesda showing, um, I think game that really jumped out to me was Ghostwire Tokyo.
Oh,
And
Ghostwire Tokyo. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I was the really eccentric girl. She came out on stage. Everyone loves her apparently. She was trending on Twitter at one point. I don't remember her name, but I think she's like a head developer or I think the president even of it. Of the
Hmm.
studio that made this. But it's a really cool mystical kind of Yakuza vibes I was getting. The big thing is
Hmm.
that the main protagonist, he had a bow. That's dope. Having a bow in the game, it's kind of like it's easy kind of points you kind of get. You know, everyone loves using a bow and arrow in video games. I don't
Yeah,
know
definitely.
what's just so feels just so right about it. Like when Destiny put it in, I was like, hey, um, but yeah, Ghostwire Tokyo, dope. Um, Deathloop, that was another big one for me. I think it's made by some French studio. I forgot their name. Uh, it's kind of like a two different perspectives of what being on this island was. You know, one guy, he was like, "Oh, I feel trapped on this island. I need to get out." The other girl, she was like, "Oh, I feel so free. I can do whatever I want." And I don't really know much about the game, to be honest. They didn't. It shows a really cool trailer, I guess, cinematic.
Hmm.
Looked like there's going to be some cool movement abilities. Um, there, what's it called? Cool movement abilities. I don't really know what else, but I don't know if it's open world. Don't know if it's a linear campaign. Is it a co-op? Is there PvP? I don't know nothing really about it.
Yeah, like I feel like especially with like the rise of Hideo Kojima, a lot of these new games coming out are gonna tend to be more like that, like really mysterious stuff. Cause Death Stranding was like really weird. Like remember that trailer with that baby in the end, like
Yeah,
coming out of the womb? That shit was weird as hell.
yeah,
And this new game, we don't really know much about it. It's just a lot of cool visuals, but it's getting people really hyped up. It's getting me hyped up too. I kind of want to really watch it. I mean,
yeah.
play it.
But yeah, it'll be fun. Hopefully it'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Another one's not really major things, just kind of updates. The Elder Scrolls Online, it's a game I've been playing a lot recently.
Mm-hmm.
That they showed like cinematic. Uh, they already released a new DLC beforehand, so I don't really know why they were there.
Oh yeah.
To be honest,
Elder Scrolls mobile game, Pog. I heard about that too.
I don't know much about that one. uh, I know Wolfenstein, Youngblood.
Yeah, there's also a new
That
Doom game, Doom
Eternal.
Eternal. Yeah, that shit looks. I've always loved Doom games like that. That game
And
looks like it's gonna be
they
awesome.
also had their battle mode thing. It's like the 2v1, the monsters versus Slayer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was a neat idea. It's been done before though. I don't know if you ever heard of a game called Evolve.
Yeah, I know something been done before. Yeah, Evolve. Yeah.
Yeah, and that one didn't really capture an audience. It was I don't know. It seems like a really cool concept though. You get to actually beat a monster, and you
Apparently,
go
there was
out
just
and
too many
attack.
problems, and that's why it died.
Wasn't? So
Yeah.
hopefully this one at least captures their own audience.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't, to be honest, I wasn't really feeling too much with Bethesda stuff. Nothing really grabbed me. I know Fallout 76, they had their free trial already happen. The BR.
What's it called? Yeah, Battle Royale Pog.
Mm. They're trying to fix the game at least, which is nice and all, but I don't know. It's still not a buy for me.
Yeah. Square Enix, released another trailer for Final Fantasy VII, the remake. That shit looks hype.
I'm not
I
a.
really like Final Fantasy VII. Do you ever played it?
I played some of No, I haven't really played it. I played Final Fantasy 15. I think that's a new one that came out on Xbox recent. Well, not like new, but came out on Xbox somewhere recently. I played about like an hour, and I just stopped playing. I don't know.
Yeah. Final Fantasy VII. Like I play the games, I watch the movies. That shit was all
I
like
didn't
really
know there
cool.
was movies for Final
Yeah, it's
Fantasy.
called Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. It was a really good movie.
I have
They're also
Outriders.
Outriders.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that one.
No, I didn't.
It's like a Anthem, but without the mechs. So hopefully it's good. The devs talk about it's really deep. There was a lot of customization and stuff in it. A lot of traversal adventure you could do. But so it seems promising. Again, Anthem seemed promising, but you know, we got
seem promising.
Hopefully it's not rushed. They said we'll know more in December about it.
Did you see Marvel's Avengers? What did you think about that? I think it looked pretty cool, but a lot of people were complaining about.
Yeah. That's one on the bridge, right?
Yeah, the bridge. Come on.
I don't know if that was in engine or in game. It didn't seem in game.
It did seem in game.
There were some portions that looked.
There were some cutscenes that were definitely in the game. Like
yeah,
that movement was way too controller. Like it just looked too much like a controller was controlling that.
Yeah, there were some things I felt like that were in game, but most of it I thought was just a cinematic. So I don't know much about it. It didn't capture my interest at all. It just, I don't know. It didn't seem like it was it. The other adventure game, the really cartoonish looking one, the top down. I don't remember if that was Square Enix or Nintendo or something.
The top down,
but that one even looked like it was more fun than this one. I don't know. I don't remember the name of it. It wasn't anything else on my radar. Do you have anything else for Square Enix you want to talk about?
Not really. I mean, the Dragon Quest characters are going to the Nintendo Switch. Do you hear about that? Banjo and Kazooie and the hero from.
Oh, you're talking about for Smash?
Yeah. The hero is a character from Square Enix. It's going to Smash.
That's nice. I don't play it. I don't play it.
I never play the Dragon Quest games either, but apparently they're really like famous RPGs, like Japanese RPGs.
Yeah, I never. Yeah, that stuff. I don't know. If it ain't a shooter, dog. No, I'm just.
Did you ever like Gears of War?
Nah, not a Gears fan.
Oh, okay. I used to be a Gears fan, but then like I understood that there's a reason that everyone was into it, and I was like, okay. After like Gears 3, I think I just like kind of let it go.
Yeah, Gears too much. This is what I've said about Gears. If it was a first person shooter, I probably would play it. Because it's third person, I think that's what really puts me off about it. And then someone told me like, but you play Fortnite. I was like, yeah, but Fortnite's different. I don't know.
Yeah,
But like
really is different.
If it was first person though, they'd have to change like the whole movement system, everything. And that's I think too iconic to Gears to give up. They can't do that. Only thing for Nintendo for me that looked really dope was the Animals Crossing New Horizon.
Oh yeah, Animal Crossing. Oh yeah, they announced the new Legend of Zelda game. Breath of the Wild 2 is what people are calling it.
Oh yeah, is it a new game or a DLC?
It's a new game, brand new game.
I never played the first. I mean, I don't have a Switch, so.
For that first one, the Breath of the Wild was really good.
I heard it was good.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of walking though. Hopefully they add like quick travel or some faster way
I mean,
to get.
That's Zelda though. You know, quick travel in Zelda. It's like
yeah, but when I say there's a lot of empty space, it feels like a hiking simulator for like a lot.
You got a glider, don't you?
Yeah, but
just glide.
Like, okay, so you have stamina when to climb up things.
Oh yeah,
and I'm talking. There's a whole it's a whole ass like nation you gotta cross, dude.
Yeah, dog, Zelda. Go cook something.
Zelda was not like that.
No, they didn't have like different zones and stuff. I mean, to get from like area to area was like a trek. And...
yeah, but there was nothing to do in those areas. Is what I'm saying. Like in Zelda games, there was always something to do no matter what area you were in, right? There was enemies to fight, things to get. You were always building up to this quest, but in this game, it's so free roam that like. And then again, like I'm saying, this isn't a big part of it. I just hope they don't make it as big as they did and empty it in Breath of the Wild. Like to get from one mission to the other, it's like you gotta get to the next damn state walking. You know what I'm saying? It's like, good God.
Yeah. Any other games you care about?
No, I think that's it. I think that's all the big ones. Yeah, Death Stranding. I think had a thing and it looked pretty cool. I know the new Watch Dogs is coming out. You ever care about Watch Dogs? Oh yeah. You can be an old lady and beat people up apparently.
Oh yeah, I did see about that.
That was a big thing about it. But yeah, other than that, I don't think there was anything super big.
Gotcha. I think I deleted this. I wrote up a bunch of music and stuff. I think I accidentally deleted it. I don't know if I want to go and try and find them all. So we'll save that for next time. Yeah. Last little thing. Since I just say the word music. How come you hate Kid Cudi?
I don't hate Kid Cudi.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you hate Kid Cudi.
I don't hate Kid Cudi.
You know why I say you hate Kid Cudi?
Why?
Because you don't like his hums. How do you?
It's okay sometimes, but like there's this one song in particular that's like he's like,
nah, and that's because you're not doing it right.
Jesus Christ! Nah. Well, of course I'm not doing it right. I'm not a singer.
You're not Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi and hums is like peanut butter and jelly.
Okay.
It's like
on our first episode.
It's like I don't know, man. It's like playgrounds and scrapes. Like they just go together. To not like Kid Cudi hums, it's pretty sacrilegious.
It was just that one song.
Nah, dog. All hums or no hums.
No, that's not how things
all
work.
All hums or no hums.
And this is why we still have racism.
Yikes! I don't think that's why.
Either all or nah, I'm not with the all or nothing mentality.
Nah, in this case, it's all or nothing.
Oh man,
it's Kid Cudi. If you don't want Kid Cudi to bless you,
I like it more.
Nah. Now you flip flopping. Nah, you hate Kid Cudi.
I do not hate Kid Cudi.
You hate Kid Cudi. If Kid Cudi ever come to your city, your state, your town, whatever, don't go to his concert because I'm gonna tweet him multiple times that he don't like your hums. and I'm gonna have him escort you out the premises. You're gonna have security take you. You're not allowed to listen to Kid Cudi no more until you appreciate all his hums. It's like white on rice.
That's why we have brown rice, though.
It's like rice on rice. Stew and rice, that's the Nigerian delicacy.
Speaking of delicacy, I'm so hungry, dude. I haven't eaten since I woke up.
Why didn't you eat breakfast?
Because
lunch.
I was getting ready for this. That's why.
I was getting ready for this. Shut up. Anywho.
And you're
Anywho.
on this thing for almost 3 hours.
It's not almost 3 hours. Calm down.
Oh, okay.
It's been 2 hours, 25 minutes. I see where I recorded.
Okay.
You're like the mom that comes in. You're like, hey, wake me up at 9. She comes in 7. Hey, it's almost 10. Shut up, Ronnie.
That's true.
I see the time. Anywho, that'll be it, I guess. For the first, the inaugural, the premiere, what other words can I use for first? Synonyms.
The grand opening.
I already said inaugural, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. English is hard. I'll tell you a story about English another time. But thank you so much. Before we leave, Maha Jr. Follow the channel, whatever. Do what you like. Ronnie is Ronnie.
Yeah, guys. Thanks for joining us. My Twitch should be somewhere here.
You're pointing the wrong way, though.
Oh, God damn it. It's the other way. The other way.
But it's all right. So thank you guys so much for watching. That'll be the first episode, Young Podcast. Oh, I didn't even say the date. Young Podcast, July 6th, 2019. Oh, well. Next time, that'll be the first thing I say, hopefully. We'll probably be on YouTube at some point. I'll upload it, and it'll be clean. So again, thank you guys. Thanks so much. Take it easy. Have a good rest of your Saturday. I got a whole bunch of schoolwork I need to catch up on. I'm almost done, though.
I hit up the buffet just now.
Hey, GG.
About to hit it up.
Breakthrough. All right, guys. Take it easy.
All right, guys. Bye-bye. Take care.
Adios.